or Congress party leader and ex-minister Aslam Sheikh. Remember, this studios were
brings
built,
us to another crucial question here. This property, which you say is valued at crores of rupees, any statement that has been given by the Congress leader so far as to how did he even get the clearance for the construction of this property in this first place?
So far, nothing has been uttered by Aslam Sheikh, the ex-cabinet minister. But after the complaint was filed by Kirit Somaiya, and in fact, the order was issued, Aslam Sheikh had in fact met the deputy chief minister Devendra Fadnavis.
Hold your thoughts. I'm sorry, I'll have to interrupt you there, Sandeep. Let's go across to Atul Bhatkalkar of the BJP from Maharashtra joining us. Mr. Bhatkalkar, the question here arising as to how did this Congress leader even get that clearance by the authorities to construct that studio in this particular place, which we understand is valued at crores of rupees?
No, basically it was raised by me in the assembly session last session before, and now that time government appointed committee, and committee prima facie stated that these are clear-cut illegal studios, and it is a good thing that finally NGT court also refused to give stay when this all resort and studio owners went to NGT. And now today the BMC is demolishing all these studios, but we will not stop only on this, that once it is demolished. Who permitted this?
Yes.
Who asked officers at that time to neglect the illegal construction? Under whose guise and under whose blessings so many studios constantly violating the CRZ norm, DCR, took place, whether local MLA Aslam Sheikh and that time suburban collector, guardian minister Aditya Thackeray, anyway connected with this all illegal constructed studios, that has to be investigated. That is our demand, and in coming assembly session in July, definitely I will raise this issue and ask government to investigate from this angle also.
So, Mr. Bhatkalkar, are you saying that there could be more of these illegal constructions, buildings that were constructed at the time of Mahavikas Aghadi government in Maharashtra?
Absolutely. There is no two opinion about that. Aditya Thackeray visited MTDC site with supports to make sports activities, but instead of that, MTDC allowed studio constructor to dump their debris there, and so that there is a nexus in all these things, and that nexus should be unearthed. That is our demand.
All right, Mr. Bhatkalkar, appreciate you speaking to us. So that's, of course, the latest coming in. The visuals are on your screens of the illegal construction, the property belonging to Congress leader Aslam Sheikh, whose property is being razed as we speak. Let's go across to BJP's Ram Kadam also. Mr. Kadam, your first reaction to this action that's happening right now, because this brings us to an important question, that who exactly allowed the construction to happen in the first place?
See, there are two important things. Is there any illegal construction, then it has to be demolished, no matter who belongs to it. But we have to demolish such kind of a structure. So BMC has been taking action, and our senior leader, Mr. Kirit Somaiya, has given many documentary proofs. So that's the reason why BMC has been taking action against those structures.
All right, thank you for speaking.
If at all there is a violation of CRZ rule, there is a violation of BMC rules, then what is expected? Just because of somebody is a tall politician, the BMC will not wait for that. They will take their action, and they have been taking it.
But Mr. Kadam, why do you think that no action was initiated against this Congress leader, who we understand was also minister at the time of Mahavikas Aghadi government when this government was in power in the state?
See, the person is from which party, that is paramount, that is important. Or if the structure is illegal, no matters who belongs to it, it should be demolished. What is important? So the authorities have been taking their routine action.
Yes.
But the only question is, any of the political leader, if somebody is an ex-minister, they should have not indulged into it. Because they are the figures to whom the whole society have been following them. So they should not indulge into the illegal constructions, and the BMC will take action whichever the illegal constructions are there.
Well, absolutely, Ram Kadam, thank you for speaking to us. So, Ram Kadam there maintaining a very strong point that irrespective of the party lines, an illegal construction in the state of Maharashtra would be raised whatsoever. In fact, a reaction that's also coming from Kirit Somaiya, who is also present at this site where the raising of the Congress leader's property is happening as we speak. Listen in.
उद्धव ठाकरे सरकार के भ्रष्टाचार का स्मारक ददन भर या अनधिकृत स्टूडियो समंदर में, समंदर की जमीन पर सीआरजेड नो डेवलपमेंट जोन में ये बनाए गए 100 फुट ऊंचे लगभग 5 लाख स्क्वायर फीट का बांधकाम है। इसका 1000 करोड़ का सालाना लगभग 100 करोड़ की आमदनी। स्वयं असलम शेख जो कांग्रेस के मंत्री स्वयं आदित्य ठाकरे ने इस जगह की भाटी गांव की विजिट की थी और उनकी कृपा से ये स्टूडियो बने थे। 24 घंटा 24 महीने इस घोटाले के सामने संघर्ष किया। हमें अभी न्याय मिला है। अभी नेशनल ग्रीन ट्रिब्यूनल ने ये स्टूडियो को डिमोलिश करने का निर्देश दिया है। एक के बाद एक ये सब स्टूडियो डिमोलिश किए जाएंगे और इसके पीछे जो जो अधिकारी, जो जो मंत्री इन्वॉल्व था, उसके खिलाफ भी फौजदारी कार्रवाई होगी। हिंदुस्तान में ये पहला प्रसंग है कि 24 घंटे में ये भ्रष्टाचार, उद्धव ठाकरे सरकार के भ्रष्टाचार का स्मारक उद्भूत हो रहा है। यह जगह पे जहाँ आप और मैं खड़े हैं, वहाँ पर अनेक बार असलम शेख आते थे, उनका मतदार क्षेत्र है। आदित्य ठाकरे और असलम शेख ने इस जगह की विजिट की थी अनेक बार। और जो एनवायरमेंट मिनिस्ट्री है महाराष्ट्र सरकार की, महाराष्ट्र कोस्टल जोन रेगुलेटरी अथॉरिटी MCZMA ने फरवरी 2021 में इनको टेम्पररी स्ट्रक्चर कहा। ये भी आदित्य ठाकरे इसको टेम्पररी स्ट्रक्चर बोलते हैं और उसको मान्यता दी। और उद्धव ठाकरे की मुंबई महापालिका ने, जिसको 6 महीने के लिए टेम्पररी स्ट्रक्चर को परमिशन मिली थी, हर 6 महीने में एक्सटेंशन देते गए। जैसा ATM मशीन का हफ्ता बांद्रा पहुंचता था, 6 महीने की परमिशन बढ़ाई जाती थी। जब तक हफ्ता मिलता रहा, परमिशन बढ़ती गई। मैं धन्यवाद देता हूं मुख्यमंत्री एकनाथ शिंदे, उप मुख्यमंत्री देवेंद्र फडणवीस जी को कि उन्होंने इस घोटाले की जांच के आदेश दिए, घोटालों को रोका और न्यायालय ने डिमोलिशन का आदेश दिया।
All right, so that was Kirit Somaiya. Remember, this comes after the illegal property of Aslam Sheikh, who was also minister in the Mahavikas Aghadi government, is being raised as we speak. The property, remember, is valued at crores of rupees. For now, a quick roundup of all that snaking news from across the country. The Central Election Committee of the BJP may hold a meeting at the party office on 9th of April for finalizing names for the Karnataka Assembly polls. Remember, polls are slated in Karnataka for 10th of May, this next month. On the occasion of the World Health Day, the Union Health Minister Mansukh Mandavia and MOS Health Bharti Praveen Pawar took part in a marathon that started from Vijay Chowk till the Nirman Bhavan in the national capital. The Uttarakhand Chief Minister Pushkar Singh Dhami inaugurated a health ATM installed by a company in association with Yes Bank under its Corporate Social Responsibility or CSR at the Secretariat on Thursday. Alleged conman Kiran Patel, who was arrested in JNK for posing as a senior PMO official, was handed over to the Gujarat police. According to officials, the Gujarat police had sought his custody that was granted by the court of the Chief Judicial Magistrate in Srinagar. Madhya Pradesh Chief Minister Shivraj Singh Chauhan lashed out at Congress leader Kamal Nath over the latter's remark while attending an iftar party in the state of MP. Suspended BJP MLA T. Raja Singh on Thursday was taken into preventive custody by the state police while he was proceeding to take part in Hanuman Jayanti procession in the city of Hyderabad. Tamil Nadu Governor R. Ravi's comments have sparked a furor in which he said that the discretion to withhold bills passed by the state legislature came under fire from the DMK government. Responding to governor's comments, Chief Minister M.K. Stalin said that the governor could not keep the bills in abeyance. The BJP General Secretary Kailash Vijayvargiya on Thursday alleged TMC for sponsoring the clashes during Ram Navami celebrations in the state of West Bengal. The Srinagar police meanwhile arrested two cross-border narco smugglers on Thursday and recovered more than 11 kgs of heroin, which is said to be valued at more than 70 crore rupees. British and Irish diplomats met Goa Chief Minister Pramod Sawant, expressing concern about the slow pace of the trial in case of 2017 rape and murder of British-Irish national. Remember, the British-Irish national was allegedly raped and murdered in Goa in the month of March, way back in 2017. And on to some global news then. Tension still continues to simmer in the Sudanese capital as hundreds of protesters took to streets against the military coup in the country. Here's a quick 1-minute report.
Hundreds of protesters took to the streets of Sudan's capital as talks with the country's military rulers to bring in civilian government hits a roadblock. Watch how the security forces met the demonstrations in Khartoum with tear gas and stun grenades. Protesters have rejected any settlement involving Sudan's military leaders following the 2021 coup. The protest comes a day after the scheduled inking of final settlement between the military and the pro-democracy forces was postponed for the second time. The military and a number of pro-democracy groups have pledged last December to usher back in transitional civilian government. But with the talks stalled, tensions continue to run in the Sudanese capital, Khartoum. Agency report, Republic TV.
And we continue to track the latest in the Bandi Sanjay case after he's walked out of jail from Karimnagar. Remember, the matter would be heard by the court on Monday. So tracking closely all the updates in the SSC paper leak case. Also, Amit Shah and Smriti Irani dialed Bandi Sanjay after he walked out of jail. Also, battle for Karnataka heats up. Bommai and team in the national capital to chalk out strategy for the polls.
When we see that the masterminds, the plotters of this attack are still unpunished, they are still roaming free, what can India and Israel do together to ensure that the plotters, the mastermind of this attack are punished?
Everyone that took part of the terror attacks pays the price, a very heavy price. So we are still waiting for those who committed, those who sent, those who operated those terror attacks to be brought to justice. And indeed, we need to bring very serious pressure from all the world, from all the free world who stands against terrorism.
इस देश में बहुत समय के बाद एक ऐसी सरकार आई है जो सरकार टिकाने के लिए नहीं चल रही, देश को सुधारने के लिए सरकार चल रही है।
ये पहला एक बड़ा इवेंट हुआ है जहां पे आप इस पर विस्तृत तौर से इन डिटेल आप बात करेंगे, तो लेट अस एड्रेस ऑल इश्यूज।
Coordination will work when there is uncertainty of winning by any one party. इसलिए जो judgment आया यही सबसे उत्तम है. This puts an end to the whole issue.
Assertive 1% that wants to open the wounds again. They do not operate only by the verdict of the court. Dragging back economic fugitives, fantastic. But a crackdown on corruption alone is not enough to steer the economy.
That is where the reforms are not just to remove those who are with several cases of corruption and disproportionate assets. This will ensure that at a local level,
वो समय
ಅಂತ ಒಂದು ಚರ್ಚೆ ನಡೆದ ಹಿನ್ನೆಲೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಕೇಂದ್ರ ಸರ್ಕಾರ ಒಂದು ವರ್ಷಕ್ಕೆ 1,80,00,000 ರೂಪಾಯಿಯನ್ನು ಖರ್ಚು ಮಾಡಿ ದೇಶದ 80 ಕೋಟಿ ಜನರಿಗೆ ಆಹಾರ ಭದ್ರತೆಯನ್ನು ಒದಗಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಇದನ್ನು ಹೊರತುಪಡಿಸಿ ಸುಮಾರು 2 ಲಕ್ಷ ಕೋಟಿ ರೂಪಾಯಿಯನ್ನು ಖರ್ಚು ಮಾಡಿ ಕೋವಿಡಿನ ಸಂದರ್ಭದಲ್ಲಿ ಆರಂಭ ಆದಂಥ ಪ್ರಧಾನಮಂತ್ರಿ ಗರೀಬ್ ಕಲ್ಯಾಣ ಯೋಜನೆ ಮುಂದುವರಿತಾ ಇದೆ. ನಿಮಗೆಲ್ಲ ಗೊತ್ತಿರುವ ಹಾಗೆ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ರಾಜ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಸುಮಾರು 1,17,00,000 ಜನ ರೇಷನ್ ಕಾರ್ಡಿನ ಮೂಲಕ ಅಕ್ಕಿ ಮತ್ತು ರಾಗಿಯನ್ನು ಪಡ್ಕೊತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅದರ ಜೊತೆಗೇನೆ ಅಂತ್ಯೋದಯ ಅನ್ನ ಯೋಜನೆಯ ಅಡಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾರು ಬಡವರಲ್ಲಿ ಬಡವರಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಥವಾ ನಿರ್ಗತಿಕರಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂಥ ಕುಟುಂಬಗಳಿಗೆ ಸುಮಾರು 10,50,000 ಲಕ್ಷ ಕುಟುಂಬಗಳಿಗೆ ದೇಶದಲ್ಲಿ ನಮ್ಮ ರಾಜ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಅನ್ನ ಕೊಡೋದು ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ.
giving food, grain to about 10.5 lakh families across the state of Karnataka.
BPL ಕಾರ್ಡು 1,17,00,000 ಪ್ಲಸ್ ಸುಮಾರು 10.5 ಲಕ್ಷ ಅಂತ್ಯೋದಯ ಅನ್ನ ಯೋಜನೆಯ ಅಡಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಕೊಡುವಂತ ರೇಷನ್ ಕಾರ್ಡು. ನಿಮಗೆಲ್ಲ ಗೊತ್ತಿರುವ ಹಾಗೆ ಅಂತ್ಯೋದಯ ಅನ್ನ ಯೋಜನೆಯ ಅಡಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ರಾಜ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು 15 ಕೆಜಿ ರಾಗಿಯನ್ನು ಮತ್ತು 20 ಕೆಜಿ ಅಕ್ಕಿಯನ್ನು ಪ್ರತಿ ತಿಂಗಳು ಅಂತ್ಯೋದಯ ಅನ್ನ ಯೋಜನೆಯ ಅಡಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು
speaking about the central schemes for the people of Karnataka. She is highlighting the PM Garib Kalyana Yojana.
ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ರಾಜ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಸುಮಾರು 4 ಕೋಟಿ ಫಲಾನುಭವಿಗಳಿಗೆ
in Karnataka state over 4 crore beneficiaries, 1 crore 17 lakh rupees, 1 crore 17 lakh ration cards have already been given.
ಅಕ್ಕಿ ಮತ್ತು 2 ಕೆಜಿ ರಾಗಿಯನ್ನ ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ. ಈಗ
3 kgs of free rice and 2 kgs of ragi.
ಅಕ್ಕಿ ಮತ್ತು 3 ಕೆಜಿ ರಾಗಿಯನ್ನ
now we are increasing to 4 kgs of rice and 3 kgs of ragi through the PM Garib Kalyan Yojana.
2.25 ಲಕ್ಷ ಕೆಜಿ ಅಕ್ಕಿ ಮತ್ತು ರಾಗಿಯನ್ನ ಪ್ರತಿ ತಿಂಗಳು ನಮ್ಮ ಕಾರ್ಡ್ ಹೋಲ್ಡರ್ಸ್ಗೆ, ನಮ್ಮ ರೇಷನ್ ಕಾರ್ಡ್ ಅವರಿಗೆ
every month 215 kgs of rice and ragi is being given to the beneficiaries.
ನಮ್ಮ ಗೌರವ, ನಮ್ಮ ಹೆಮ್ಮೆ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ
our pride and our honor.
ಈ ದೇಶದಲ್ಲಿ ಇಡೀ ದೇಶಕ್ಕೆ ಒಂದು ರೇಷನ್ ಕಾರ್ಡ್ ಅನ್ನ ಜಾರಿಗೆ ತಂದಿರುವಂತದ್ದು.
Our pride and our honor is that we have brought a unified ration card for all the beneficiaries.
ಸೇವಾ ಹಿ ಸಂಘಟನೆ ಮೂಲಕ ನಮ್ಮ MLAಗಳು, ನಮ್ಮ MPಗಳು, ನಮ್ಮ ಕಾರ್ಯಕರ್ತರು ಯಾರು
MLAs, MPs and party workers have made sure that they have got more people enrolled to get their ration cards for those who are under the below poverty line as well. so that they could benefit out of the PM Garib Kalyan Yojana.
ನಮ್ಮ ಬೆಂಗಳೂರನ್ನ ತೋರಿದ್ರು.
Right, so BJP briefing there ahead of state polls. Remember, Karnataka is slated to go for polls on 10th of May and the results would be declared on the 13th of May itself. Slipping into a very short break, coming up on the other side, the latest on COVID situation in the country as more than 6,000 cases reported in the last 24 hours. Arson violence, complete mayhem in Paris as protests over Macron's controversial bill continue to rage on.
How do you see Israel helping India in combating the water crisis?
It's a major problem here in India and we have the solutions. So we are trying to work together, bringing the information, bring the technologies, bringing the excellent centers that we have here in India. And I know Prime Minister Modi deals with that a lot and he was successful to bring dozens and dozens of millions to accessibility to water. And this is a great success. And I would like us to work more closely on that.
In regard with the paper leak issue, we have been seeing how there has been two different FIRs, one being in the Karimnagar jurisdiction and the another FIR which was filed is under Warangal jurisdiction. The legal cell of Bharatiya Janata Party and the Bandi Sanjay's team says that the manner in which Bandi Sanjay was arrested was not right and that is a violation of the Supreme Court guidelines. On that lines, there was a quash petition which was filed in the High Court and there's a bail petition which is filed in Warangal Court. So we'll have to wait and watch for further developments.
And a quick look at news from across the globe. Pakistan's minister has said that they cannot give a 24/7 gas supply to the masses. Pakistan, remember, is highly dependent on natural gas for energy. And with the rising demand and insufficient supply, load shedding in the country has now become a daily occurrence across the country. The World Bank has said that various economic shocks have resulted in nearly 4 million Pakistanis getting pushed into poverty this fiscal year. The World Bank has also called on Pakistan to immediately arrange for new foreign loans to avoid a public debt crisis. China, meanwhile, has announced sanctions against two Asia-based organizations and Taiwan's representative in the US in response to the closely watched meeting this week between the US House Speaker and Taiwan's president. In dock for SSC paper leak, Bandi Sanjay walks out of jail, alleges conspiracy by the BRS.
इस देश में बहुत समय के बाद एक ऐसी सरकार आई है जो सरकार टिकाने के लिए नहीं चल रही, देश को सुधारने के लिए सरकार चल रही है।
ये पहला एक बड़ा इवेंट हुआ है जहां पे आप इस पर विस्तृत तौर से इन डिटेल आप बात करेंगे, तो लेट अस एड्रेस ऑल इश्यूज।
Mediation will work when there is uncertainty of winning by any one party. इसलिए जो judgment आया यही सबसे उत्तम है. This puts an end to the whole issue.
Assertive 1% that wants to open the wounds again. They do not operate only by the verdict of the court. Dragging back economic fugitives, fantastic. But a crackdown on corruption alone is not enough to steer the economy.
That is where the reforms are not just to remove those who are with several cases of corruption and disproportionate assets. This will ensure that at a local level, no officer can go about saying, hey, I've come to inspect you without the system approving it.
आप सभी देश के जन जन तक सही सूचनाएं पहुंचाने में अहम भूमिका निभा रहे हैं। जब नेशन फर्स्ट होता है तब हमारे संकल्प भी बड़े होते हैं और उनको सिद्ध करने के प्रयास भी व्यापक होते हैं।
प्रधानमंत्री जी, हमने भी ठान लिया है हमारा रिपब्लिक मीडिया नेटवर्क भी अपने कदम और भी तेज करेगा।
How do you see Israel helping India in combating the water?
Good afternoon. India's biggest news event is back. The third edition of the Republic Summit will be held in the national capital this month. The biggest names, the biggest newsmakers and the biggest agents of change and transformation in India will be at the Republic Summit once again. So stand by for what will be by far India's biggest news event by miles. We now take a look at the headlines we're tracking here at noon. In the dock for the SSC paper leak case, Bandi Sanjay walks out of jail, alleges a conspiracy by the BRS.
It was a purely foreign funded entire activities which led to the protest, unfortunate police firing.
Tamil Nadu's governor sparks controversy, claims foreign link to the Sterlite protest. The DMK hits out. Despite court order, the Aam Aadmi Party remains defiant. Sisodia writes to the Prime Minister, questions his education. The battle for Karnataka heats up. Baswaraj Bommai and his team are in the national capital to chalk out their strategy. India records over 6,000 cases in the last 24 hours. Health Minister to chair a review meeting. And arson, violence, complete mayhem in Paris as protests over Macron's controversial bill rage on. And the latest development that we are getting in the Kerala train attack case is that the medical team that was examining the main accused in this case, Shahrukh Saifi, has said that he is fit to be taken to the district jail. Do remember the Kerala police are expected to file for a custody application for further investigation for questioning him. He has been remanded to 14 days of judicial custody. Let's go across to Varshini. She has more details on this. Varshini, good afternoon. Tell us more. We are given to understand that the police will now ask for police custody.
Well, absolutely, yes. Because the police will now be asking for custody to take Shahrukh Saifi under their custody and continue with the investigation, because there was only 1 day time when the police got to bring Shahrukh Saifi from Maharashtra's Gadnagiri to Kerala's Kozhikode, and immediately he was taken to the hospital for a medical checkup, and where he had medical concerns, and that is why the medical team had taken more than 24 hours time to look into it. And now that the judicial magistrate has also announced for a 14-day remand, now it is now the medical team has also given approval for him to be discharged from the hospital, which means he will be sent to the district jail, and he will have to be there for the 14 days until the next step is taken by the Kerala police. And the next step that we would expect the Kerala police to do is to appeal for police custody, so that they can take him for further investigation such as scene verification and everything. And also there has been an additional investigation that is also happening in Delhi in Chandni Bagh at his house, at his native. So all these will come together to give us more details on exactly what happened, because as of now, since the police are not able to get hold of a proper investigation to begin with, they're not able to give us more details on was this a known attack, or were other people behind it, or is there any terror organization linked to it. Therefore, now that it is very established already that there is a very severe terror link with this attack that has happened in Kerala, the further days, upcoming days, will give us more details on whether he is being taken under police custody and investigation is beginning or not.
All right, so Varshini, of course, is bringing us those details from Thiruvananthapuram. As Varshini is pointing out, of course, Shahrukh, who's the main accused in the train fire attack case has been given the clean sheet by a doctor who is attending to him. Varshini, the other aspect of it, of course, is the various angles that the police, as well as, other agencies have been looking into. Any more leads that the police are getting in terms of whether this was part of a larger conspiracy?
Well, of course, the very fact that the National Investigation Agency, the NIA itself, is taking keen interest on beginning a preliminary investigation even before the case is officially transferred to them, it itself tells us how important this case is with regards to its terror linkage. And now that if you see the Kerala's SIT that was formed itself was an anti-terror squad. The people who've been normally who constitute in the Kerala's ATS have been roped into this investigation. Therefore, this SIT itself is an anti-terror squad. So these kind of investigations happening by the ATS and the NIA very clearly tells that this is a terror attack that has taken place. But the FIR has not yet been altered, and we do not know for sure whether UAPA Act has been added to this FIR or not. Therefore, there is not a very concrete answer to that. But as of now, we understand that there is a terror linkage that is definitely existing in this case.
All right. That's the latest that we are getting, and Varshini bringing us all those details. Varshini, for the moment, thank you very much for joining us. Well, it appears that it's going to be another setback for the Congress party. We're now learning that Kiran Kumar Reddy, the former Chief Minister of undivided Andhra Pradesh, that is before it was split into Telangana and Andhra Pradesh, will be joining the BJP. This is a likely event that could happen very, very soon. Now, this comes a few weeks after he left the Congress party by sending out a one-line resignation to the party chief, Mallikarjun Kharge. Kiran Kumar, of course, was the Chief Minister of undivided Andhra Pradesh, and let's cut across, in fact, to to listen into what he's saying now.
किरण कुमार रेड्डी जी आज भारतीय जनता पार्टी में शामिल हो रहे हैं। आप सब लोग जानते हैं, आंध्र प्रदेश के लंबे समय तक मुख्यमंत्री रहे हैं। आंध्र प्रदेश जो यूनाइटेड आंध्र प्रदेश था, उसके विधानसभा के स्पीकर आप रहे, 4 बार विधायक आप आंध्र प्रदेश से रहे हैं। भारतीय जनता पार्टी परिवार में आपका बहुत बहुत स्वागत है। इस उपलक्ष्य में भारत सरकार में मंत्री हमारे वरिष्ठ नेता प्रहलाद जोशी जी हम लोगों के मध्य हैं। भारतीय जनता पार्टी के राष्ट्रीय महासचिव आदरणीय अरुण सिंह जी हम लोगों के मध्य हैं। हमारे ओबीसी मोर्चा के अध्यक्ष, भारतीय जनता पार्टी के हमारे वरिष्ठ नेता राज्यसभा के सांसद के लक्ष्मण जी हम लोगों के मध्य हैं। भारतीय जनता पार्टी आंध्र प्रदेश के महामंत्री विष्णुवर्धन जी हम लोगों के मध्य हैं। सबसे पहले मैं प्रहलाद जी और अरुण सिंह जी से आग्रह करूंगा कि आदरणीय किरण कुमार रेड्डी जी का पार्टी हमें विधिवत स्वागत करें, बुके देकर और पार्टी की सदस्यता की पर्ची देकर उनका पार्टी में शामिल करें।
स्वागत है आपका।
आदरणीय प्रहलाद जोशी जी से आग्रह है कि इस अवसर पर जो मीडिया के साथी उनको संबोधित करें और किरण कुमार रेड्डी जी का शब्दों के माध्यम से भी स्वागत करें।
मित्रों, जैसे ऑलरेडी कहा गया है, भारतीय जनता पार्टी में दक्षिण भारत के एक वरिष्ठ नेता और विशिष्ट समय में आंध्र प्रदेश के मुख्यमंत्री रहे हुए श्री मल्लारी किरण कुमार रेड्डी आज भारतीय जनता पार्टी में शामिल हो रहा है। मैं किरण कुमार रेड्डी जी का हार्दिक स्वागत करता हूं और उनके नेतृत्व में आंध्र प्रदेश भारतीय जनता पार्टी और बलिष्ठ होंगे और ऊंचाई तक पहुंचेंगे, ऐसे विश्वास व्यक्त करते हुए किरण कुमार रेड्डी जी, इनका पूरा फैमिली किरण कुमार रेड्डी फैमिली from last so many decades they are in Congress. Almost 3 generations, his family and his family members, they are in the Congress. And his father, Sri Amarnath Reddy, यूनाइटेड आंध्र प्रदेश के 4 बार एमएलए थे. ही वॉज 4 टाइम एमएलए एंड ही वॉज मिनिस्टर ऑल्सो. Kiran Kumar Reddy himself, he was MLA, 4 times MLA. He was Speaker. He was Chief Whip. And you all know, in a very crucial time, he was Chief Minister also. And if I can tell you, Kiran Kumar Reddy is a good cricketer also. Yes. He has played up to Ranji, and he opened his innings in the Congress, and now after closing that innings in the Congress, now he is opening a new innings, and I hope he will score and he will bat very well in the Bharatiya Janata Party. By joining of Kiran Kumar Reddy, as I have initially itself told, under the leadership of Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi, when I met him few months back, he was in Congress party in the airport. It was an accidental meet. At that time itself he was telling, I am so much influenced by the personality of Shri Narendra Modi ji. And not only that, the fight against the corruption what Shri Narendra Modi ji has taken over in the country from last so many years, that is really exemplary. And I am really very much influenced by the way of working and the anti-corruption stand, the fight against the corruption which is being done in the last 9 years by Shri Narendra Modi. I am really impressed. This is what he had told it to me. And at that time itself I had told, person like you should work under the leadership of Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi. So now, a few months back, he has decided and he has chosen a good day today. Yesterday after Hanuman Jayanti, today he is taking a big leap and jumping into the Bharatiya Janata Party. So I once again welcome him and he will be a good strength, big strength as far as our fight against corruption is going on under the leadership of Prime Minister Narendra Modi in the entire country. He will be a big strength because his image as a MLA, as a minister, as a speaker was very, very clean, and that's why it will be a big boost for Bharatiya Janata Party Andhra Pradesh. I once again welcome him, and I hope under the leadership of Shri Kiran Kumar Reddy, by his joining, there will be some more activities will be unfolded in the state of Andhra Pradesh and also Telangana. He was, as I already said, he was the Chief Minister for the undivided Andhra Pradesh, and his influence is quite well in Telangana also. And he has promised that he will extensively tour and organize the party in both the states.
धन्यवाद प्रहलाद जोशी जी। मेरा आग्रह है आदरणीय किरण कुमार रेड्डी जी से कि मीडिया के साथियों को संबोधित करें।
Thank you, sir, for joining me into the party. I thank the President of the party, Sri Nadda ji, and will surely work under the leadership of the Honorable Prime Minister, Mr. Modi ji, Amit Shah ji, and all of your leadership. I'll just finish this thing in a few minutes. I'll just give a small background and then I'll go. My association with Congress parties started with nearly my families in 1952, nearly for 60 years plus. My father was MLA 4 times from 1962. I was MLA 4 times. And I never imagined that I'll have to leave the party. My father died very young. In fact, the opposition party were ready to leave the seat for me if I changed party. I said, no, I will continue in the Congress party. Unfortunately, what has happened is, state after state, due to bad decisions and wrong decisions of the Congress High Command, the party is getting damaged totally in all the states. They don't interact with the people. They don't take the opinions of the leaders. It is not a story in one state. It is a story throughout the country. There is an old saying which says, my king is very intelligent. He doesn't think on his own. He doesn't listen to anyone's advice. I think you understood what I meant. They want authority to control, but they don't want to work hard. They don't want responsibility. See, if we want to stitch a dress, we'll have to go to a tailor, to good tailor to stitch a dress. We can't ask a barber to stitch a dress because he uses the scissors. So whom they have to assign a particular job, due to lack of interaction, they do not know which leader, the characters of the leaders, or who should be assigned what jobs in a state for the party to go forward. A true leader is someone who meets people, who understands and assesses the problems of the state, assigns the problems to eminent leaders who can deliver in the state, who can do course correction if required. All this is required to know everyone thoroughly. Unless you interact with people, you don't know who is what. See, if you take two examples. One is, yesterday I think BJP Foundation Day, 34 years back. The first election of BJP, 1980, they won 2 seats, one in Andhra Pradesh, one in Gujarat. Their percentage is about 7.74% in the first election. Congress won 404 seats in 84 with 49%. Last election, when it come to 2019, from 2 seats they have come to 303 seats. Their percentage is 37.36%, BJP's percentage. That is an increase of approximately 30%. And if you take the Congress percentage, it is 19.49 or something, a decrease of 30%. See, this is not come very easily for BJP. There is a lot of hard work put into it. Anyone who loses elections or who wins elections, there should be a reality check. What are we doing? Are we doing in the correct way or are we doing in the wrong way? Suppose we become sick. We go to a doctor. What the doctor tests us, it diagnoses what the problem is and gives us medicine. If you say, I don't want to take the medicine, or I don't want to test, what happens? We become more sick. The verdict of the people, they are not able to accept the verdict of the people. Who are the doctor here? The people are the doctors here. Who is the patient? The Congress party. They are neither analyzing what is the mistake, nor they want to course correct. I am only correct. All others are wrong, including the people of India who are voting are wrong. If that is the mindset, that is the reason for me to leave the party also. And on the other hand, I told you an increase of 30% has not come very easily. All the tall leaders from BJP till the cadre, they have worked very hard, and their continuous working under the leadership now of the Honorable Prime Minister, Mr. Modi ji, and the Honorable Amit Shah ji, the Home Minister, and Mr. Nadda ji, and all the presidents over the last 30 years, 25 years, 30 years. Their commitment towards the nation and their commitments towards development of the country, that is paramount. Once you talk of BJP, you talk of development of the country, national building, nation building. That is paramount, which comes to the thoughts of the youngsters and thoughts of everyone today. There is a clarity of thought in the government and in the party. And there is consistency of thought. It is not changing. The clarity of thought and the consistency of thought is not changing. Service to poor is service to nation. That is the motto which they are going forward. And this is not come easily. It has come with lot of hard work, with lakhs of members of the Bharatiya Janata Party, and the direction being given by Mr. Modi and Mr. Amit Shah and Mr. Nadda ji and all the leaders. And taking courageous decision has become a hallmark of Mr. Modi's, the Honorable Prime Minister's regime. taking courageous decisions, seeing that they are implemented properly, course correcting them, and seeing that they reach the poor people, all the benefits reach the poor people. So the party has got a very clear vision for the country, for the youth, for the development of the youth, for the poorer sections, and the party has got the vision to spread to all the states and to all the villages, and the hunger to succeed, the commitment to succeed, the commitment to become strong in all the country, all the states and throughout the country. In every village they want members, they want to succeed. I am really motivated, sir, the Honorable Prime Minister. We worked as CMs for some time, we used to meet in meetings. And his commitment towards anti-corruption, not only then, from then it started and till now it is going more and more. Corruption, corruption has to be reduced in the country. So under their leadership, I would like to join the party, and whatever is assigned to me, I will surely work for the upliftment of the BJP. Telugulo emana cheppeda? Questions you want to ask something and then I'll go to Telugu.
First you go up baat kar do.
ఇప్పుడు అంతా చెప్పను, కొంచెం చెప్తాను, ఇదంతా మళ్ళీ రిపీట్ చేయాలంటే. ఇది కాంగ్రెస్ పార్టీలో.
So that, of course, is Kiran Kumar Reddy. He was the last chief minister of undivided Andhra Pradesh, now joining the BJP. Now, in his joining remarks, of course, he has lashed out at the Congress party, saying that the party is unwilling to fix its mistakes and unwilling to listen to people who want to help the party regain its political standing. So another huge jolt really for the Congress party. Yesterday, of course, it was Anil Antony who left the Congress and joined the BJP, and today it is Kiran Kumar Reddy.
వల్లనే నేను ఎమ్మెల్యేలు కానీ ఇది కానీ అయినా మా కుటుంబము మేమని బలోపేతం చేస్తామనే ఉద్దేశంతోనే మళ్ళా 4 సంవత్సరాలు విరామం తర్వాత చేరాను. బట్ అక్కడ చూస్తే ఆడ పరిస్థితి రోజు రోజుకు క్షీణిస్తూ ఉంది. కనీసం వాళ్ళు అర్థం చేసుకునే పరిస్థితిలో లేరు. ఏమి జరుగుతూ ఉంది, ఎందుకు మనకు
over there talking about why he has left the Congress party to now join the BJP. He, of course, now says that he has been very inspired by the BJP's ideology. And you are with Republic TV. Still to come, Tamil Nadu's governor sparks another controversy, claims foreign link to the Sterlite protest, the DMK hits out. And despite a court order, the Aam Aadmi Party remains defiant to show their rights to the Prime Minister, questions his education.
$13,000 placements last year. At Amity, we are committed to nurturing passionate, hardworking and proactive professionals.
The India developmental model is the right model which the world can follow, and that is the opportunity that we have before us.
I believe that you are soaked in the philosophy of nation first.
when we see that the masterminds, the plotters of this attack are still unpunished, they are still roaming free, what can India and Israel do together to ensure that the plotters, the mastermind of this attack are punished?
Everyone that took part of the terror attacks pays the price, a very heavy price. So we are still waiting for those who committed, those who sent, those who operated those terror attacks to be brought to justice. And indeed, we need to bring very serious pressure from all the world, from all the free world who stands against terrorism.
इस देश
Good afternoon, you're watching Republic TV with me, Rakshita Mishra. Let's get you all the latest that's making headlines. But before that, ladies and gentlemen, let us tell you that India's biggest news event is back. The third edition of the Republic Summit will be held in the national capital this month. The biggest names, the biggest newsmakers, the biggest agents of change and transformation in India will be at the Republic Summit once again this year. So stand by for what will be by far India's biggest news event by miles. Vadra Congress wipeout continues 24 hours after Anil Antony. Kiran Kumar Reddy dumps the party, joins the BJP. Telangana BJP chief walks out of jail. Amit Shah, Smriti Irani and Nadda dial Bandi Sanjay to take stock.
It was a purely foreign funded entire activities which led to the protest. Unfortunate police firing.
Tamil Nadu governor sparks controversy, claims foreign link to Sterlite protest. DMK hits out. Despite court order, Aam Aadmi Party remains defiant. Sisodia writes to Prime Minister, questions his education. Battle for Karnataka heats up. Bommai and team in the national capital to chalk out strategy. And India records over 6,000 cases in the last 24 hours. Health Minister to chair a review meet. Alright, big breaking news coming in, and this is first on Republic TV, viewers. Kerala gold smuggling case kingpin has been arrested. The kingpin in the Kerala case has now been arrested. The ED has arrested a key person in this gold scam from Kerala. ED has arrested KT Ramesh, and according to the agency, Ramesh was the facilitator in the scam. He was directly in touch with the investors, and this is a big development, a big movement in the Kerala gold scam. The kingpin of this gold scam has now been arrested, viewers, and this is the latest we are getting in. And what we have learned is that the kingpin also had connections with he was a facilitator in the scam and was directly in touch with the investors. This is a big development in the Kerala gold smuggling case, and this is first on Republic TV. First on Republic TV, we are getting you the breaking Kerala gold smuggling case. Kingpin has now been arrested. KT Ramesh has been arrested by the Enforcement Directorate. And Shravan is joining us live from newsroom. Shravan, this is a big development here coming in, and what are the details that you can share with us?
Well, in fact, Rakshita, the latest details that we are picking up is that the Enforcement Directorate late last night had arrested KT Ramiz, who happens to be the kingpin in the Kerala gold scam case. In fact, he's already been produced before the court is what we are picking up at this stage. But why it becomes very important at this juncture, this particular arrest, is primarily because, remember, you've had top bureaucrats of Kerala government also coming under the scanner. Over the last 1 month, we have seen the bureaucrats linked to the Chief Minister's office have also been called in for questioning by the Enforcement Directorate. As far as KT Ramiz is concerned, if you go by the report that was essentially prepared by the National Investigation Agency, because that was also the agency that was looking into the Kerala gold smuggling case, in which they had categorically mentioned that KT Ramiz was the facilitator. In fact, he was the one who was directly in touch with the investors, one, and secondly, he was also in touch with those who were present in Kerala who were actually getting the bribes. And that is the reason why KT Ramiz's arrest at this point in time becomes extremely crucial and perhaps a big boost for the Enforcement Directorate. Remains to be seen whether at all other bureaucrats whose names have basically cropped up in the questioning of Swapna Suresh, would they also be called in for questioning right now? The Enforcement Directorate is completely tight-lipped about any further developments with regards to who perhaps could be called in for questioning. But once KT Ramiz is taken into custody by the Enforcement Directorate, the focus would essentially be as to who are the people who were aware of this entire smuggling, and whether at all there was any political link, whether any political instructions were essentially given or not. Because remember, some very scathing allegations have essentially been made by the other accused in this particular case, that happens to be Swapna Suresh. In fact, she has taken the name of those who have worked very closely with the Chief Minister. As far as the Chief Minister is concerned, remember, his office has categorically denied any role that has been played. In fact, they're saying malicious attempts have been made by the accused in the Kerala gold scam to try and tarnish the image of the Chief Minister.
Right. For the benefit of our viewers, Shravan, take us through all the significant developments that have happened so far in this case, and just give us a highlight of this case for a better understanding how big this scam has been from Kerala.
Well, there's been a direct allegation. The allegation essentially being that gold that was being smuggled all the way from Dubai, it was essentially being done at the behest of certain political instructions that were coming in. You've had a gold smuggling case accused Swapna Suresh, who's made some scathing allegations. In fact, she's named a couple of bureaucrats in the statement that she had given first to the National Investigation Agency and thereafter the Enforcement Directorate. In fact, they've also made the allegation that there was a clear case of quid pro quo. As far as the money trail goes, that's where the focus right now is for the Enforcement Directorate. First, they're looking at whether at all the money was basically diverted through any shell company. That's one aspect that they're certainly looking at. And the other is that whether at all there was a few people within the government who were basically aware of what was actually happening, and whether at all they had given any specific instructions to those who were present in Dubai and who were facilitating this entire smuggling. In fact, it turns out that KT Ramiz, who is the kingpin of this entire gold smuggling racket, he was the one who was directly facilitating with the investors. He was the one who was basically arranging for the smuggling that was about to take place.
Right. All right. Thank you so much, Shravan, for joining us with all those details on that big development that Republic TV has brought first to our viewers. Thank you so much, Shravan, for joining us. And right now, it's time to move on to our next story. All right. We are told that we are getting some latest from Telangana. There, Bandi Sanjay is set to speak right now. We assume this is a public briefing and we are getting live visuals from there. Remember, Bandi Sanjay was released today on bail. He walked out of jail today, and Home Minister Amit Shah, BJP President JP Nadda and Union Minister Smriti Irani spoke to Bandi Sanjay just after he was released from jail today. And party's national leaders including Tarun Chugh and Sunil Bansal also spoke to him. And right now we can see a show of strength, a grand welcome for the Telangana BJP chief just as he walked out of jail today. A show of strength by the BJP there in Telangana. And We'll shortly get you what Bandi Sanjay had to say. These are visuals first on Republic TV, viewers, and these are live visuals that we are getting in. Remember, Amit Shah and Smriti Irani and JP Nadda spoke to Bandi Sanjay just a while back as he was released from jail. Remember, there was a dramatic arrest that took place in midnight when he was arrested in the paper leak case, the SSC paper leak case, and he's been in the dock for the same. And on the right to your screens, you can see a show of strength, BJP workers there, a grand show of strength there as Bandi Sanjay has walked out of jail. We're expecting him to speak and address the public gathering, address the BJP workers anytime soon. This is the latest we're getting in. Remember, Telangana BJP President Bandi Sanjay has been released from prison today. He was in judicial remand at Karimnagar jail since Wednesday night in the SSC exam question paper leak case. And remember, he has been released on some conditions. Local court in Warangal granted conditional bail to him on Thursday night, and after processing the bail orders, prison officials released him today. And you can see those that grand welcome that you can see on your screens right now, live and exclusive, first on Republic TV. Police have imposed prohibitory orders around Karimnagar prison also, remember, under Section 144 of the CRPC. My colleague Aneri is joining us on the phone line for more on this. Aneri, we are seeing the grand show of strength by the BJP workers just as the Telangana BJP chief walks out of jail.
So there is a remediation for this. Yes, that's right. We have been seeing that President Bandi Sanjay has walked out of jail, and also at the same time we are seeing that how there has been a massive face-off between the people and the BRS here. But yes, as Bandi Sanjay was granted bail by the High Court yesterday night with few conditions. However, we see that this morning Bandi Sanjay walked out of Karimnagar jail, and now it's a mega show of strength by the BJP, the Telangana cadre. Well, not to forget, we have been seeing that Telangana will be seeing polls from this year, and that is one of the main reasons why this has been a massive face-off. And also at the same time, this SSC paper leak road which has been escalating in the state of Telangana. The opposition parties have been questioning the state government, and also at the same time, now the BJP also questions over the whole investigation matter, and also they say that it's all a conspiracy which is being put forward against the BJP.
Right, and we also see the show of strength from the workers and also the support from the top brass who have taken stock of the situation. They have dialed Bandi Sanjay right after his release. Amit Shah, the Home Minister, and Smriti Irani, and also BJP President JP Nadda have also dialed Bandi Sanjay right after his release. We seem to have a problem with that connection with Aneri, but we'll try and reconnect. But that is the latest we're getting in from Hyderabad there. Bandi Sanjay has just walked out of jail and he has been receiving a grand welcome there by BJP workers. But now it's time for some more breaking news on this bulletin, viewers. We're getting you the inside visuals there on Republic TV of the meeting that has been presided today amid a nationwide upward trend in the COVID cases. Union Health Minister Dr. Mansukh Mandavia chaired a review meeting. He is chairing a review meeting with the health ministers of all states and union territories. These are the visuals, inside visuals, first on Republic TV. These are the visuals of the Health Ministry review meeting. Remember, the total number of cases nationwide have crossed the 6,000 figure, and this is the picture right from the meeting that has been just held. My colleague Harsha is joining us live from New Delhi. Harsha, we are seeing this meeting. Is the meeting over? First of all, we are getting the meetings visuals, inside visuals, but what really has transpired up until now, and what more details can you share with us about this significant meeting there on COVID?
Rakshita, what we're getting to know is that Mansukh Mandavia is chairing a meeting right now. Meeting has just started. Meeting started at around 12:20, where all the health ministers from the state have joined through video conferences. We see that Health Minister Mansukh Mandavia, along with the MS Bharti Praveen Pawar, could be seen here, and along with the health secretaries who are chairing a meeting to review the preparedness of the COVID situation in all the states, be it Kerala, Maharashtra, Ladakh, Chandigarh, Punjab, Uttarakhand, Uttar Pradesh. All the health ministers from the states have joined, and this meeting becomes very much important as from past 20, if we see the 24, if we see the cases in the last.
Stay with us. Hold your thoughts there. Hold your thoughts there, Harsha. We are also being joined by our hold your thoughts there, Harsha. We are being joined by our senior executive editor, Abhishek Kapoor, also on the phone line. Abhishek, this is a very big, it's a significant development there. The COVID cases are on the rise nationwide, and we usually see this during the month of April, that we do expect an upsurge in the cases of COVID, and now we are seeing the inside visuals from the meeting that is being chaired by the health minister.
Well, yes, we saw how Prime Minister himself took a stock of the situation just about 10 days back. And on the back of it, we have seen the health administration really gearing up for another round of COVID spread, not at the pandemic levels, but obviously still remains an endemic. And we have seen worryingly positivity rate increasing to about 20-25% now, and which means that effectively of every 10 people coming to test, about 1/4 of them are actually testing positive for COVID, which means if you actually do random sampling, the percentage may be as high as 40%. So, which means that of everyone getting fever as of today, 40% of them, which means for every 10, 4 people are actually having COVID. And that's a big number, and that's why we are seeing in many instances those COVID protocols that were put in abeyance, given the fact that the pandemic had ebbed, are really coming back. To the mask mandate, for example, is back in Delhi, and it is believed that in this review with the state health ministers that's happening now with Dr. Mansukh Mandavia, the Union Health Minister, chairing that meeting, and of course the experts panel and every other organization and the bodies that were specifically aimed at COVID pandemic management, with the NTAGI and NSOCOG and the AIMS administrations from across the country. All those present there with the respective state counterparts. So obviously this is aimed at a proper cooperation between the center and the states, and then of course taking it down to the district level, and that's why this review meeting happening. As I said, Prime Minister has already done one meeting about 10 days back, and this is a follow-up to make sure that the state administration, the respective state administration, are also on their toes to make sure that this spread or this wave of the COVID is duly managed. Thankfully, the symptoms are mild this time, less hospitalizations, but still, if these kind of review meetings happen, the administration is fully prepared.
Right, absolutely. That's important. Prevention always better than cure. Thank you so much, Abhishek, for joining us with all those details and your inputs on that story. Nationwide uptake, of course, in COVID cases, and visuals on your screens are from the meeting that has been chaired by the Health Minister Mansukh Mandavia. We'll, of course, keep a track on that and get you all the latest from that story as well. But right now, it's time to take a look at some other stories that are making news from across the country. The Central Election Committee of the BJP may hold a meeting at the party office on the 9th of April for finalizing candidates for the Karnataka Assembly elections. According to party sources, Prime Minister Narendra Modi, BJP National President JP Nadda, Union Home Minister Amit Shah, Defence Minister Rajnath Singh, BJP General Secretary BL Santosh and members of the party's Central Election Committee will be present at the meeting. On the occasion of World Health Day, Union Health Minister Dr. Mansukh Mandavia and MOS Health Dr. Bharti Praveen Pawar took part in a walkathon starting from Vijay Chowk to Nirman Bhavan in Delhi. Uttarakhand Chief Minister Pushkar Singh Dhami inaugurated a health ATM installed by JK Tyre Limited Company in association with Yes Bank under its corporate social responsibility at the Secretariat on Thursday. Apart from the health ATM at Sachivalaya Dispensary, 2 more were opened at Vidhan Sabha Dispensary and Tanakpur Hospital. Alleged conman Kiran Patel, who was arrested in Jammu and Kashmir for posing as a senior PMO official, was on Thursday handed over to the Gujarat police. According to officials, the Gujarat police had sought his custody, which was granted by the court of the Chief Judicial Magistrate in Srinagar. He will be brought to Gujarat today. Madhya Pradesh Chief Minister Shivraj Singh Chauhan lashed out at Congress leader Kamal Nath over the latter's remark while attending an iftar party in the state. The CM called Nath's remark cheap and an attempt to polarize the voters in the state. Notably, the MP Congress chief Kamal Nath attended an iftar party in Chhindwara district on Wednesday, wherein he told people that BJP is creating riots. Suspended BJP MLA T. Raja Singh on Thursday was taken into preventive custody by the police while he was proceeding to take part in a Hanuman Jayanti procession in the city and later let off. According to police, Raja Singh was detained considering the allegedly provocative speeches made by him in the past, including the recent ones during the Ram Navami rally in the city. Raja Singh, who represents Ghosha Mahal constituency here, was picked up from his rest today. Tamil Nadu Governor R.N. Ravi's comments that he had the discretion to withhold bills passed by the state legislature came under fire from the DMK government. Responding to the governor's comments, Chief Minister M.K. Stalin on Thursday said Ravi could not keep the bills in abeyance. BJP General Secretary Kailash Vijayvargiya on Thursday alleged TMC of sponsoring the communal clashes during Ram Navami celebrations in West Bengal. Srinagar police arrested 2 cross-border narco smugglers on Thursday and recovered 11.08 kilograms of heroin, which are worth 70 crore rupees. According to ADGP Kumar, the accused have been identified as Sajjad Badana and Zahir Tanch. The AGDP Kashmir also informed that the drugs have come from Pakistan. British and Irish diplomats have met Goa Chief Minister Pramod Sawant and expressed concern about the slow pace of the trial in the case of 2017 rape and murder of British-Irish national Daniel McLaughlin. McLaughlin was allegedly raped and murdered at Canacona in Goa in 2017. A local man was arrested in the case and trial is currently ongoing at the District and Sessions Court in Margao. News from Tamil Nadu now. Tamil Nadu Governor R.N. Ravi sparked a fresh controversy, saying that the 2018 anti-Sterlite protests in Thoothukudi were foreign funded. The governor said that Sterlite protest, it was purely foreign funded, he said, and the entire activity which led to the protest and the unfortunate police firing that caused innocent lives. His remarks drew sharp reactions from the ruling DMK and the protesters who vowed to stage a stir against the governor.
Today, the foreign elements are not in a position to take on India directly. So our vulnerability is within. Create issues, create disharmony, create a situation which stops the progress. Create tensions, create riots. Now take the case of Sterlite. There's in Thoothukudi. It was a purely foreign funded entire activities which led to the protest, unfortunate police firing, and that cost innocent lives. That is a very sad part of it. But they wanted this Sterlite to be closed because that Sterlite produced 40% of our copper need. And you know how copper is important for electronic industry. They closed it.
All right, that was the governor of Tamil Nadu, R.N. Ravi, stoking a fresh controversy Thursday. His remarks came in on Thursday. He said that the anti-Sterlite protests in 2018 were fueled by foreign funds and was aimed at hindering the progress. And now, of course, what has followed is that the ruling DMK and its allies have hit back at the governor. Remember, Governor Ravi claimed that donors sitting in foreign countries had sent money for activities that were anti-national in nature. Some 70,000 people lived in Bakhmut before Russia invaded Ukraine in early 2022. The battle for control over the eastern city erupted in late summer. Since then, Russian forces have besieged Bakhmut, a city under Kiev's control within the industrial Donbas area. Here's a 1-minute report.
Over 90% of its Bakhmut residents have fled. Much of it lies in ruins. Tens of thousands have been killed, and its strategic importance have been played down by the West. But the war continues to rage on. In a fresh video released by the Ukrainian authorities, watch how the soldiers continue to operate in Bakhmut as fierce fighting continues in the city. While Donetsk regional governor said that the latest Russian strikes had killed 2 civilians, leaving the city totally destroyed, after 8 months of trench warfare, Ukrainian forces are surrounded on 3 sides. Kiev's supply lines are fraying, and Moscow says it is in control of just over the 2/3 of Bakhmut, including part of the center. But the Ukraine has pledged to keep defending the city, and an end to the war seems afar. Agency report, Republic TV.
All right, that's all we have on this bulletin. But lots more on the other side. Vadra Congress wipeout continues. 24 hours after Anil Antony, Kiran Kumar Reddy dumps party, joins the BJP.
There's a mail that has been sent to you asking for help. Are you saying that there is no email? Boss, you cannot enter someone. Take me, रुकिए.
The biggest actions of the movements include of various rank. We've killed the Prime Minister, the Chief Minister, generals of the army. These are all targeted killing.
I am willing to ask you certain questions, sir. Yeah, I have a word. You delete everything and then I'm going to... Where is the question of recording, sir? Well, I'll show you, but why did you put your hand to my pocket? Why is not my phone? Mr. Vazir, why be arrested? Because it was a case, I believe, that was closed by the police itself. They're trying to stop us from reporting.
यहाँ पर लिखा गया है स्टैंड. इसी जगह से सचिन वाजे को बोला गया था खड़े रहने के लिए.
We are standing in the premise of a church right in the middle of Bucha. This is exactly what Ukraine is now calling a genocide that has been committed by the Russian troops.
Everybody has right to self-determine. If I say Punjab is a separate country, I have right to do it.
$13,000 placements last year. At Amity, we are committed to nurturing passionate, hardworking and proactive professionals.
Dragging back economic fugitives, fantastic. But a crackdown on corruption alone is not enough to steer the economy.
That is where the reforms are not just to remove those who are with several cases of corruption and disproportionate assets. This will ensure that at a local level, no officer can go about saying, hey, I've come to inspect you without the system approving it.
आप सभी देश के जन जन तक सही सूचनाएं पहुंचाने में अहम भूमिका निभा रहे हैं। जब नेशन फर्स्ट होता है तब हमारे संकल्प भी बड़े होते हैं और उनको सिद्ध करने के प्रयास भी व्यापक होते हैं।
प्रधानमंत्री जी, हमने भी ठान लिया है, हमारा रिपब्लिक मीडिया नेटवर्क भी अपने कदम और भी तेज करेगा।
How do you see Israel helping India in combating the water crisis?
It's a major problem here in India and we have the solutions. So we are trying to work together, bringing the information, bring the technologies, bringing the excellent centers that we have here in India. And I know Prime Minister Modi deals with that a lot, and he was successful to bring dozens and dozens of millions to accessibility to water and this is a great success, and I would like us to work more closely on that.
In regard with the paper leak issue, we have been seeing how there has been two different FIRs, one being in the
A very good afternoon. It's 1 p.m. I'm Samiksha Srivastava. India's biggest news event is back. The third edition of the Republic Summit will be held in the national capital this month. The biggest names, the biggest newsmakers, the biggest agents of change and transformation in the country will be at the Republic Summit once again this year. So stand by for what will be by far India's biggest event by miles. Vadra Congress wipeout continues 24 hours after Anil Antony. Kiran Kumar Reddy now dumps party, joins the BJP. Telangana BJP chief walks out of jail. Amit Shah, Smriti Irani and JP Nadda dial Bandi Sanjay take stock.
It was a purely foreign funded entire activities which led to the protest, unfortunate police firing.
Tamil Nadu governor sparks controversy, claims foreign link to Sterlite protest. DMK hits out. Despite court order, AAP remains defiant. Sisodia now writes to the Prime Minister, questions his education. Battle for Karnataka heats up. Bommai and team in the national capital to chalk out strategy for the upcoming polls. India records more than 6,000 cases in the last 24 hours. Health Minister holds review meet. And we start with the latest that's coming in from poll-bound state Karnataka, where Section 144 has been imposed in Yadgir after clashes broke out between the BJP and the Congress. In fact, Section 144 that has been imposed in the Surapuri constituency after 10 people were injured and 18 others have been taken into custody following the ruckus and the clashes that was seen between the BJP and the Congress workers. Meanwhile, a complaint we understand has also been registered against BJP MLA Raju Gowda and Congress ticket aspirant as well. And also vehicles have been vandalized in the protests and the clashes that broke out in Yadgir area of Karnataka. We'll try and go across to Prajwal as well to get us more details. But the latest coming in right now of Section 144 that has been imposed in the Surapuri constituency of Karnataka. Prajwal, what is the situation as of now? We understand several vehicles have been vandalized and several others have been injured in these clashes as well.
Samiksha, in fact, Section 144 has been imposed since yesterday in the evening as well, after this situation went out of control, after hundreds of BJP and Congress cadres clashed with each other as well. And now additional forces have also been deployed. Rapid Action Force has been deployed. KSRP platoons have also been deployed as well. And the situation is under control as of now. But it seems like, there might be more tensions which might erupt as well. Because earlier also I was speaking that this entire clash broke over a trivial issue, stating that the town fairs or the temple fairs should not be politicized by calling any political leader as well. But Raja Venkatappa Nayaka, who is a ticket aspirant from the Congress party for the Surpur Assembly constituency, he was bought in here at this point of time. And we should also remember that Surpura has always been a sensitive area, and even in the previous elections as well, we had witnessed several clashes between the Congress, JDS and the BJP cadres in this assembly constituency. And despite the best efforts of the people over there who tried to mediate this along with the temple authorities. He was not willing to listen, and once he entered the fair, the BJP cadres started questioning, and initially what started off as a heated argument between the BJP and the Congress cadres later went out to be a full-fledged war there, and it looks like a battlefield, because if you look at the highway where this entire fight took place, you can see that the Congress and BJP workers are hurling stones at each other, and 10 of them have also been grievously injured and have been admitted to a government hospital where the health condition is being monitored by doctors. And on the other hand, 18 people have been taken into custody. Section 144 was imposed, and also now more people will also be taken into custody. There has been a complaint and a counter complaint which has been filed. Complaint against Raju Gowda, the BJP MLA, counter complaint against Raja Venkatappa Nayak, the Congress leaders, by the BJP now. So we are initially seeing that the cops have finally taken control of this entire situation, but definitely it leaves a black mark on both the parties as well. And now the Election Commission has also gone ahead, spoken to the SP of the district, and has also stated that no untoward incident should take place in the assembly constituency as well as the entire district, and the cops should make sure that even if there are additional forces that has to be brought in to make sure that everything is fine, it will have to be done. After which the SP decided that section 144 had to be imposed as well, because 2 days ago, even in the Gurmitkal assembly constituency, we saw that Babu Rao Chinchansur, who is a turncoat from the BJP, visited a temple fair where the JDS and the Congress workers started beating up each other too. So we are looking at a series of violent events which is happening in Yadgir district as well, and now additional forces have also been summoned to make sure that the scenario is under control.
Yes. So Prajwal, while these clashes are one part of it that broke out in this particular area, if you can quickly tell us about the big meet that is expected today in the national capital with Basavaraj Bommai and Yediyurappa, who are all in the national capital to decide on the candidate list.
Now we have already known that, former Chief Minister B.S. Yediyurappa is already in the national capital attending the parliamentary committee meet as well. And today, Basavaraj Bommai, the Chief Minister, met B.S. Yediyurappa in Shimoga last evening, because he was there at Shimoga, and later he is now gone to Shigaon, his assembly constituency, from where he is expected to contest as well. And therefore now we are expecting that in New Delhi, the BJP will go ahead and decide on the candidates who will be fielded from all the 224 assembly constituencies, because remember that there were a series of meetings which was conducted over the weekend, which also was conducted on Monday and Tuesday, where the screening committee was also called in, where we also saw the BJP state president Nalin Kumar Katil along with Prahlad Joshi, Shobha Karandlaje, B.S. Yediyurappa, Vijayendra, and also Chief Minister Basavaraj Bommai, who attended the screening committee. And finally they have come up with a list of candidates, but how many numbers, what are the numbers that we are looking at, we will have to expect that, because the BJP, will it go ahead and release all the candidates for 224 assembly constituencies, or will it be a sequential list where candidates might be announced for
Prajwal, I'm sorry, I'll have to interrupt you just for a minute. Let's go across, take a word from S. Prakash of the BJP also. What do you have to say about these clashes that broke out in Yadgiri, where the BJP and the Congress workers were seen engaged in a scuffle, after which we understand several of them were injured and vehicles were also vandalized?
No, it is very unfortunate violence in electoral politics. We should celebrate the democracy. We should celebrate the election. It should not become a violent means to settle scores or to injuring others. Whatever the party is, let us not indulge in violence. Let us campaign peacefully, and let us not disturb the law and order situation of the state. It is applicable to everybody.
Thank you for that speaking to us. So that was S. Prakash of the BJP giving his response, calling it an unfortunate incident. Remember, such incidents have been quite common in the state of Karnataka as it heads for polls. And that is the latest incident, of course, having come to light from Yadgiri, where Section 144 has also been imposed in one of the areas. We continue to to track the latest in the Bandi Sanjay case. Remember, he walked out of jail earlier this morning from Karimnagar jail after he was granted a conditional bail by the court. In fact, latest inputs also coming in of Amit Shah, JP Nadda and even Smriti Irani, who dialed the Telangana BJP chief just moments after he walked out of jail. That's in fact a source-based information that's just coming in. But the visuals there on your screens of massive show of strength by the Telangana BJP chief as he walked out of jail. Aneri joining us from the location. Aneri, give us a sense of what you see on the ground. We see it's a massive show of strength by the Telangana BJP chief.
Right, Samiksha, we have been seeing that BJP State President Bandi Sanjay, who was granted bail last night by the Hanmakonda court, and today morning he walked out of Karimnagar jail, and right now as Bandi Sanjay walks out of Karimnagar jail, he has been visiting and meeting various people there in Karimnagar, and also at the same time we have been seeing that how there has been a massive face-off over the SSC paper leak road, where we have been seeing that time and again how the BJP and the BRS has got into a war of words. Well, after coming out of jail also, the BJP State President Bandi Sanjay, while speaking to media, had questioned the role of KTR, the Telangana minister, and also the son of the Telangana Chief Minister, when he further went on to state, Bandi Sanjay further went on to state that the students, the youth of Telangana demands that KTR should be sacked, and also the government should announce 1 lakh rupee compensation to the aspirants because of this whole paper leak issue which they have been facing. And also in the meantime, we have been seeing that the BJP state president has once again given a big statement where he early in the morning when he came out of jail, he had stated that soon, very soon in Warangal, there will be a mega rally which will be carried out by BJP along with the unemployed youth and also the people who have been facing problems due to this TSPSC paper leak road. And right now, as you can see, it's a mega show of strength by the Bharatiya Janata Party as BJP State President Bandi Sanjay walked out of the Karimnagar jail this morning after he was granted bail from Hanmakonda court last night after putting few conditions onto that. But however, we see that this is a big boost for the BJP, and this comes just ahead of the Prime Minister Narendra Modi's visit to Hyderabad. That's tomorrow, where he will be launching various programs, and also Vande Bharat train will be inaugurated by Prime Minister Narendra Modi, after which a public meeting will also be carried out by PM Modi.
Yes, Aneri, stay with us. So the matter we understand would be taken up by the court on Monday. If you can take us through what exactly could be the arguments on side of Bandi Sanjay to support his case for which the BRS says that he's guilty in the SSC paper leak case.
Well, Samiksha, when we talk about the legal matters, after the magistrate, Hanmakonda magistrate, had given 14 days of judicial custody for Bandi Sanjay on Wednesday late night, we had seen that the BJP council had moved 2 different petitions, one being the bail petition in the Hanmakonda court, and another one was the quash petition against the remand copy. Well, Samiksha, because we have been seeing that Bandi Sanjay is named as accused number 1 into this whole SSC paper leak case, and that is the reason why we see that the BJP council had filed a quash petition in the Telangana High Court. However, that will be heard on Monday, so that also remains to be seen whether how the hearing takes place in the Telangana High Court. But yes, as of now, it's a big relief for the BJP State President Bandi Sanjay. But however, he further states that he will continue to fight for the people, for the youth of Telangana, and the BJP cadres will work for the betterment, for the development of the state and for the nation, is what the BJP State President's clear message coming out once after he walked out of jail this morning. So definitely we have to wait and watch in regard with further developments, how it would be carried out, because it is very important at this point in time, because Samiksha, not to forget, there are state assembly elections this year end. So a few months from now, Telangana will be seeing polls. So definitely a massive face-off between the BJP and the ruling BRS. However, we now The court also last night, before granting bail, they had put up few conditions like Bunny Sanjay has to thoroughly and cooperate with the investigation into this matter, and also he cannot leave the country. So now Bunny Sanjay's mega show of strength in Karimnagar.
All right, Aniri, thank you for the moment. So Aniri, of course, getting us the latest in the Bunny Sanjay case. Remember, he was released, for the viewers who are just tuning in, he was released from the Karimnagar jail earlier today. In fact, he's also spoken to Amit Shah, JP Nadda and Smriti Irani after what the BJP says an unlawful arrest that happened of the Telangana BJP chief. And for now, a quick roundup of all that's making news from across the country. Telangana BJP chief and who's also an MP, Bunny Sanjay, was released today from Karimnagar jail after he was granted conditional bail by the court in the paper leak case. Jail former Delhi Deputy Chief Minister Manish Sisodia has shot off a letter to Prime Minister Modi from inside the jail, raising questions on his educational qualifications. Once again, Sisodia in his letter to the Prime Minister has said that for the progress of the country, it is necessary to have an educated Prime Minister. Remember, Sisodia is currently in judicial custody till the 17th of April. Swati Maliwal, the chairperson of the Delhi Commission for Women, conducted a surprise check in a public toilet opposite a hospital in Daryaganj of the national capital and seized 50 litres of acid lying in open there last night. According to sources, officials of MCD have been summoned for further inquiry. In news from Bihar's Bhagalpur, where a mob attacked police personnel during a raid at the residence of an accused in Bihar's Nogachia area on Thursday night. The villagers alleged that the police assaulted the accused's wife and child. According to sources, the mob was seen chasing police personnel who had gone to raid the accused. High-level security review meet of the JNK situation to take place today. According to sources, the agenda of the meeting is to discuss the prevailing security scenario and to strengthen the security grid ahead of upcoming Amarnath Yatra in JNK. Hitting back at Union Minister Jyotiraditya Scindia and former Congress leader Ghulam Nabi Azad for targeting Rahul Gandhi, Rajasthan Chief Minister Ashok Gehlot has said no one had thought that the duo would start speaking such low-level language against the Gandhi sign. Stoking yet another controversy, Tamil Nadu Governor R.N. Ravi on Thursday termed the 2018 protest in Thoothukudi that led to closure of Vedanta-owned Sterlite Cooper as purely foreign-funded. The governor further said that it was done to hamper the country's growth. UP Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath has expressed grief after 3 people lost their lives in a road accident in Bahraich district of Uttar Pradesh. 3 people on the same bike were run over by a truck in a village in the Sitapur road on Thursday evening. A massive fire broke out at Santoshpur railway station in West Bengal's South 24 Parganas district. On Thursday evening, it has now been brought under control and train services have resumed. Prime Minister Modi is all set to inaugurate and lay foundation stone of projects amounting to 11,000 crore rupees in Telangana, besides flagging off the Sikandrabad-Tirupati Vande Bharat Express on Saturday. And it's yet another boost for the BJP after Anil Antony and Kiran Reddy. It's Indrasena Reddy, son of late Justice Subhash Reddy, who has joined the BJP in Hyderabad. Late Subhash was, remember, the former Chief Justice of Kerala and Madras High Court.
దాని మీద పనిచేస్తాడు. దేశ నిర్మాణం, బిల్డింగ్ ద నేషన్, ఇది నా మోటో, ఇది నా నినాదం. బిల్డింగ్ ద నేషన్ ఈజ్ ది హైయెస్ట్ ఫార్మ్ ఆఫ్ సర్వీస్. అంటే దేశ నిర్మాణం కంటే ఇంకా పెద్ద సేవ లేదన్నమాట. ఇది నా నినాదం. నేను దీనిపైనే పనిచేస్తాను. వ్యవస్థలు మార్చాలి. అందరికీ, బీదవాడికి, మధ్యతరగతికి, పెద్దవాడికి, గొప్పవాడికి, అందరికీ ఒకే వ్యవస్థ. ఆ వ్యవస్థ కోసమే, ఆ వన్ సిస్టమ్ వన్ నేషన్ మీదనే నాది ఇప్పటి నుంచి ఇవాళ నా రాజకీయ ప్రస్థానం కదా ఈ రోజు నుంచి మొదలైంది, దాని మీద పనిచేస్తాను నేను.
ఇంద్రసేన్ రెడ్డి గారికి ధన్యవాదాలు. ఇప్పుడు వెంకటరెడ్డి గారిని మాట్లాడాల్సిందిగా కోరుతున్నాను.
వేదిక మీద ఉన్నటువంటి అరుణ మేడం గారు, కిషన్ రెడ్డి గారు, మరి శశిధర్ రెడ్డి గారు, రఘునందన్ రావు గారు, మాజీ ఎమ్మెల్యే రవీందర్ రెడ్డి గారు, విశ్వేశ్వర రెడ్డి గారు, మీడియా మిత్రులు, బీజేపీ కార్యకర్తలు, నిజానికి ఇవాళ నేను చాలా గర్వపడుతున్నాను. ఒక క్రమశిక్షణ కలిగినటువంటి బాధ్యతాయుతమైనటువంటి ఒక పార్టీలో చాలా కాలం తర్వాత జాయిన్ కావడం అనేటువంటిది ఇది గొప్ప భగవంతుడు ఇచ్చినటువంటి ఒక కోరిక అనేటువంటిది మాత్రం నేను భావిస్తున్నటువంటిది. ఎందుకంటే నేను 1969లో మరి చెన్నారెడ్డి గారి నాయకత్వంలో ఉండేటువంటి విద్యార్థులు తెలంగాణ ఉద్యమంలో పాల్గొని జైలుకి వెళ్ళి అక్కడి నుంచి తెలంగాణ స్టీరింగ్ కమిటీ గారు ఉన్నారు ఇక్కడే, వారితో కలిసి పనిచేసేటువంటి పరిస్థితి మాకు ఏర్పడేటువంటిది. ఆ తర్వాత ఈనాడు నేను 70 సంవత్సరానికి వచ్చినప్పుడు కూడా భారతీయ జనతా పార్టీలో జైలు కావడానికి ఒక ప్రధానమైనటువంటి కారణం ఏంటంటే ఇవాళ కేసీఆర్ నియంతృత్వ ఆధిపత్య అణిచివేత కుటుంబ పాలనకు వ్యతిరేకంగా పోరాడగలిగినటువంటి ఒకే ఒక పార్టీ తెలంగాణలో కనపడేటువంటిది ఏంటంటే అదే భారతీయ జనతా పార్టీ. ఈ నియంతృత్వ పాలన, ఈ కుటుంబ పాలన, అవినీతి పాలన అంతం చేయడానికి మోదీ గారి నాయకత్వంలో, బండి సంజయ్ గారి నాయకత్వంలో మిగతా నాయకులందరూ కలిసి చేస్తున్నటువంటి పోరాటంలో నేను కూడా ఒక కోణంలో పనిచేయాలనేటువంటి ఒక ఉద్దేశంతో ఈ పార్టీలోకి రావడం జరిగినటువంటిది. కాబట్టి మిత్రులారా, గతంలో పనిచేసినటువంటిది ఏ రాజకీయ లక్ష్యం లేకుండా ప్రజా సంఘంలో టీజేఎస్ లో పనిచేసి కీలక పాత్ర వహించినటువంటి మిత్రులు. ఎందుకంటే నేను వాస్తవానికి వామపక్ష భావజాల నుంచి వచ్చినట్టుగా మేము ఈటల రాజేందర్ గారు మేము వచ్చినటువంటి పరిస్థితి అయినప్పటికీ కూడా ఇవాళ దేశంలో ప్రపంచ వ్యాప్తంగా ఇవాళ ఆర్థిక వ్యవస్థలను అన్నిటిని కూడా దాటి 4వ స్థానంలోకి 3వ స్థానంలోకి భారతదేశం ప్రయాణం చేయడానికి గల ప్రధానమైనటువంటి కారణము మోదీ గారి యొక్క ఆర్థిక విధానాలు, అంతర్జాతీయ సంబంధాలు అనేటువంటిది నేను భావిస్తున్నటువంటి సందర్భం. చాలా పెద్ద చెడ్డ ప్రచారం చేస్తున్నటువంటి పరిస్థితి వల్ల ఎలాంటి అవినీతి లేకుండా ఒక సమగ్రమైనటువంటి జాతీయ విధానాన్ని, ఆర్థిక విధానాన్ని దేశ ప్రజల కోణంలో స్వదేశీ విధానంలో పాలిస్తున్నటువంటి మోదీ గారి నాయకత్వాన్ని బలపరిచేటువంటి ఏకైక పార్టీ వల్ల భారతీయ జనతా పార్టీ. కాబట్టి దాన్ని మరింత బలోపేతం చేయాలనేటువంటి ఒక లక్ష్యం చేతనే మాలాంటి వాళ్ళం కూడా ఇవాళ మాతో పాటు చాలా మంది మిత్రులు భారతీయ జనతా పార్టీలో జాయిన్ కావడం జరిగినటువంటిది. చాలా సంతోషంగా ఉంది. నాకు ఉండేటువంటి క్రమశిక్షణ కానీ వీటికి కానీ భారతీయ జనతా పార్టీ కరెక్ట్ ప్లేస్ అనేటువంటిది మాత్రం మేము భావిస్తున్నటువంటిది. కాబట్టి అనేక ఉద్యమాలను చూసినాము, అనేక సమస్యల మీద పోరాటం చేసిన గత 14 సంవత్సరాలుగా నేను చేసినటువంటి పోరాటం ఏదైతే ఉందో అది నిష్ప్రయోజనంగానే ఉండిపోయినటువంటి పరిస్థితి లోపల దానికి ఒక
All right, so it's yet another boost for the BJP, and this time it's in the state of Telangana as Indrasena Reddy, who's son of late Justice retired B. Subhashan Reddy, who has joined the BJP in Hyderabad. Here's a quick look at all that's making news from across the globe. Pakistan minister has said that it's not possible for the government to give gas supply to the people 24/7. Pakistan, remember, is highly dependent on natural gas for energy, and with the rising demand and insufficient supply, load shedding in the country has become a daily occurrence. The World Bank has said that various economic shocks have resulted in nearly 4 million Pakistanis getting pushed into poverty this fiscal year. China has announced sanctions against 2 Asia-based organizations and Taiwan representative as well in the US in response to closely watched meeting this week between the US House Speaker and the Taiwanese President. Dozens of Uyghurs and American supporters led by East Turkish government in exile and East Turkestan National Movement gathered in front of the US Capitol building to commemorate the 33rd anniversary of the 1990 East Turkestan upspring on 5th of April. Israel struck targets in southern Lebanon early Friday and resumed airstrikes in the Gaza Strip as well. As per the Israeli military, it marked a further escalation in the region following violence in the week of Jerusalem's most sensitive holy site. In more news from Israel. Israel, remember, has resumed airstrikes in the Gaza Strip and struck targets in southern Lebanon early today, marking a further escalation in the region following violence. Israel's missile defense system was activated in the southern city in the morning as sirens warned of incoming rockets from the Gaza Strip. Thousands of people on Thursday took to streets in the Chilean capital Santiago in support of police force, which had a third officer killed in the past months. Dozens of firefighters battled a huge place in Mexico City's sprawling wholesale market without any reported injuries. And in news from Tokyo, where an unused lifeboat, a door and other fragments believed to be from Japanese army helicopter were found after the Black Hawk carrying 10 crew members was presumed to have crashed in the sea. And in more news that's just coming in, this one from Burhanpur, where more than 60 encroachers attacked the Napa Nagar police station in the area. 3 police personnel, we understand, have sustained injuries in this particular incident that has come to light. In fact, we're also getting the CCTV of this incident in which more than 60 encroachers were seen attacking the police station in Burhanpur area. The CCTV there on your screens. We understand there were more than 60 encroachers who attacked this particular station, police station that is located in Burhanpur area. 3 police personnel meanwhile have sustained injuries in this incident. So incident coming to light from Bhopal, in fact from MP, where a police station was attacked by a group of miscreants. 3 police personnel were injured in this incident which happened in Burhanpur. Let's quickly take a word from Satyavijay joining us live. Satyavijay, if you can tell us who exactly were these miscreants who attacked the police station in which we understand 3 police personnel also sustained injuries.
जी हाँ, बिल्कुल देखिए, मध्य प्रदेश के बुरहानपुर में बड़ा घटनाक्रम सामने आया है। बहुत ही बड़ी खबर है क्योंकि बुरहानपुर के नेपानगर थाना क्षेत्र में अतिक्रमणकारी जो है, आदिवासी अतिक्रमणकारी जो है, वो थाने के अंदर घुसते हैं। 50 से 60 की इनकी संख्या होती है और ये लोग थाने में तोड़फोड़ करते हैं। थाने में जितना सामान है वो तोड़ते हैं। पुलिसकर्मी जो वहाँ पर मौजूद थे उनको लाठियों से, डंडों से उनके साथ मारपीट करते हैं और उसके बाद वहाँ से अपने 3 साथियों को लॉकअप से छुड़ाकर फरार हो जाते हैं। दरअसल पूरा घटनाक्रम ये है कि जिन लोगों को पुलिस ने अरेस्ट किया था उनमें एक लूट का आरोपी था, बाकी जो उसके साथी थे, इन तीनों लोगों को पुलिस ने गुरुवार रात को अरेस्ट किया था। इसके बाद से ही पुलिस लगातार उनकी गिरफ्तारी के बाद उनके आगे की प्रोसेस करती, लेकिन इससे पहले ही देर रात करीब 60 से ज्यादा अतिक्रमणकारी जो है, उनके जो साथी हैं, जो आदिवासी साथी हैं, उनके दौरे जंगलों में अतिक्रमण किया हुआ था, उनके खिलाफ कार्रवाई हुई थी और लूट का जो आरोपी है, इन सभी को छुड़ाने के लिए हथियारों समेत थाने में पहुंचते हैं। थाने में एक साथ घुसते हैं, तोड़फोड़ करते हैं। सिस्टम जो कंप्यूटर लगे थे, जो वहाँ पर कैमरे थे, जो वहाँ पर बाकी सामान था, उसे तोड़ते हैं और जो पुलिसकर्मी वहाँ मौजूद थे उनके साथ उन पुलिसकर्मियों को घेर के उनके साथ मारपीट करते हैं। मारपीट के बाद वहां से अपने जो 3 साथी हैं, जिसमें लूट का आरोपी भी है, उन्हें छुड़ाकर वहां से फरार हो जाते हैं। और इस पूरे घटनाक्रम के सीसीटीवी फुटेज भी सामने आ चुकी है। सीसीटीवी फुटेज में आप देख सकते हैं कि बदमाशों के हौसले,
सीसीटीवी फुटेज में आप देख सकते हैं कि बदमाशों के हौसले कितने बुलंद हैं कि वो नेपानगर थाना जो है, बुरहानपुर जिले में नेपानगर थाना है, वहां एक साथ बल्क में 50-60 लोग हथियारों के साथ जाते हैं, मारपीट करते हैं, सामान तोड़ते हैं। जो पुलिसकर्मी वहां मौजूद हैं वो अपने आप को बचाने के लिए खुद एक रूम में बंद हो जाते हैं, उनके साथ मारपीट करते हैं, घेर के उन्हें मारते हैं और वहां से अपने जो लॉकअप में बंद साथी हैं उन्हें छोड़ाकर फरार हो जाते हैं। और इस घटनाक्रम में अभी तक फुटेज आने के बाद, सीसीटीवी फुटेज में मारपीट करते हुए जो आरोपी हैं वो दिख रहे हैं, वो फुटेज आने के बाद भी अब तक पुलिस के हाथ खाली है। पुलिस ने किसी आरोपी को अब तक अरेस्ट नहीं किया है। और ये बुरहानपुर में पहला घटनाक्रम नहीं है, इससे पहले भी वहां पर जब जंगलों में अतिक्रमणकारियों ने कब्जा किया या वहां पर पेड़ काटकर वहां पर अतिक्रमण किया, तो यही लोग जो भीड़ में वहां थाने पहुंचे थे, यही लोग चौकी पर, वन चौकी पर भी अटैक कर चुके हैं।
हालांकि कुछ समय पहले एक घटनाक्रम हुआ था, यहाँ पर 200 से ज्यादा लोग एक साथ बन चौकी पर अटैक करते हैं। उसमें से कुछ लोगों ने सरेंडर भी किया था और कहा था कि उन्हें बहकाया गया है, जिसके बाद उन्होंने ये किया। लेकिन फिर ये दोबारा जो घटना हुई है, ये पूरी कानून व्यवस्था पर सवाल खड़ा करती है, क्योंकि कानून थाने में अगर पुलिसकर्मी सुरक्षित नहीं है, थाने के अंदर उन पर हमला होता है, तो ये एक बड़ी गंभीर विषय है।
Yes, Satya Vijay, thank you for the moment, and as rightly put by you, it raises a lot of question on the law and order situation in Madhya Pradesh as well, given the fact that this incident happened inside the police station when a group of 60 miscreants entered the police station and attacked the police personnel, in which the latter sustained injuries. And that's all we have for you in this edition of our broadcast, but do not go anywhere. All top stories to continue on the other side of this break. Tamil Nadu governor sparks controversy, claims foreign link to Sterlite protest in 2018. Despite court order, AAP remains defiant. Sisodia writes to Prime Minister, questions its qualification again.
The India developmental model is the right model which the world can follow, and that is the opportunity that we have before us.
I believe that you are soaked in the philosophy of nation first.
When we see that the masterminds, the plotters of this attack are still unpunished, they are still roaming free, what can India and Israel do together to ensure that the plotters, the mastermind of this attack are punished?
Everyone that took part of the terror attacks pays the price, a very heavy price. So we are still waiting for those who committed, those who sent, those who operated those terror attacks to be brought to justice. And indeed, we need to bring very serious pressure from all the world, from all the free world who stands against terrorism.
इस देश में बहुत समय के बाद एक ऐसी सरकार आई है जो सरकार टिकाने के लिए नहीं चल रही, देश को सुधारने के लिए सरकार चल रही है।
ये पहला एक बड़ा इवेंट हुआ है जहां पे आप इस पर विस्तृत तौर से इन डिटेल आप बात करेंगे, तो लेट अस एड्रेस ऑल इश्यूज।
Viewers, India's biggest news event is back. The third edition of the Republic Summit will be held in the national capital this month. The biggest names, the biggest newsmakers, the biggest agents of change and transformation in India will be at the Republic Summit once again this year. So stand by for what will be by far India's biggest news event by miles. It's time to see what else is making headlines right now. Madras Congress wipeout continues 24 hours after Anil Antony Kiran Kumar Reddy dumps party, joins the BJP. Over 6,000 cases in last 24 hours. Union Health Minister holds COVID review meet with other state health ministers. ED arrest kingpin KT Ramesh in Kerala gold smuggling case. Battle for Karnataka heats up. Mumbai and team in the national capital to chalk out strategy.
It was a purely foreign funded entire activities which led to the protest. Unfortunate police firing.
Tamil Nadu Governor sparks controversy, claims foreign link to Sterling protest. DMK hits up. And Telangana BJP chief receives grand welcome, holds a mega rally in a show of strength after being released from jail.
हर भारतवासी को कौशाम्बी जनपद की ओर आकर्षित कर ही देता है। और भाइयों बहनों, कहते तो हैं इलाहाबादी अमरूद, लेकिन इलाहाबादी अमरूद नहीं, कौशाम्बी का ही अमरूद होता है। ये भी आपको एक नई पहचान दिलाता है। आदरणीय प्रधानमंत्री जी की प्रेरणा से, आदरणीय गृह मंत्री जी के मार्गदर्शन में उत्तर प्रदेश विकास की एक नई ऊंचाई की ओर आगे बढ़ रहा है। हर एक क्षेत्र में नई प्रगति की एक नई तस्वीर को प्रस्तुत कर रहा है। जो विकास की परियोजनाएं आज यहां में प्रस्तुत की गई है, खेल कूद की प्रतिस्पर्धा को आगे बढ़ाने के लिए उनका मार्गदर्शन मिलने जा रहा है। डबल इंजन की सरकार ने तय किया है कि हर गांव में खेल का मैदान होगा और हर विकास खंड में मिनी स्टेडियम और जिले के अंदर स्टेडियम का निर्माण ये डबल इंजन की सरकार कराएगी और युद्ध स्तर पर इस पर कार्य प्रारंभ भी हो गया है। आदरणीय प्रधानमंत्री जी बार बार कहते हैं कि एक भारत श्रेष्ठ भारत, हर ग्राम पंचायत को, हर नगर निकाय को, हर जनपद को अपनी स्थापना का जन्मोत्सव को मनाना चाहिए, स्थापना दिवस को मनाना चाहिए। और मैं धन्यवाद दूंगा, मुझे 2018 में कौशाम्बी महोत्सव में आने का अवसर उस समय श्री विनोद सोनकर जी ने दिया था। आज फिर आदरणीय गृह मंत्री जी के साथ मुझे यहां पर आने का अवसर प्राप्त हुआ। जो उत्साह उस समय भी देखने को मिल रहा था, वही उत्साह फिर से देखने को मिल रहा है। एक और अपनी परंपरा और अपनी विरासत को आगे बढ़ाने का ये उत्साह, और दूसरी तरफ विकसित भारत के लिए आदरणीय प्रधानमंत्री जी, आदरणीय गृह मंत्री जी के संकल्पों के साथ जुड़ने का ये उत्साह हम सबको आगे बढ़ा रहा है। बेहतरीन कनेक्टिविटी अभी मैं आगे देख रहा था, गंगा एक्सप्रेसवे यहीं से बगल से होकर के वे प्रयागराज की ओर जा रहा। मेरठ से प्रयागराज की दूरी आप अनुमान करिए जब गंगा एक्सप्रेसवे बनेगा। भाइयों बहनों, मेरठ से प्रयागराज की दूरी मात्र 8 घंटे के से भी कम समय में पूरी की जा सकती है। तो आने के लिए, यानी दिल्ली अगर आपको जाना होगा तो दिल्ली की दूरी को तय करने में मात्र 8 घंटे में आप लोग यहां कौशाम्बी से वहां की दूरी तय कर लेंगे। ऐसे ही प्रयागराज का कुंभ 2019 में उसने कुछ मानक तय किए थे, अभी से तैयारी होनी चाहिए। 2025 का प्रयागराज का कुंभ कैसे होना है, ये प्रयागराज कमिश्नरी से जुड़े हुए सभी जनपद वासियों को उसके लिए मानसिक रूप से तैयार होकर के उन कार्यक्रमों को जोड़ना चाहिए। आज विकास की किरण और विकास की योजना का लाभ बिना भेदभाव के हर गांव, हर गरीब, हर किसान और नौजवान तक पहुंचाया जा रहा है। एक और देश समृद्धि की नई ऊंचाइयों को प्राप्त कर रहा है, दूसरी तरफ देश के अंदर सुरक्षा का बेहतरीन वातावरण बनाने का कार्य हो रहा है। भाइयों बहनों, अंतर यही है, हम सब देख सकते हैं, एक तरफ प्रधानमंत्री मोदी जी के नेतृत्व में भारत पिछले 3 वर्ष से 80 करोड़ लोगों को फ्री में राशन दे रहा है, और दूसरी तरफ पाकिस्तान के अंदर रोटी के लाले पड़ रहे हैं। यही होता है, सरकारें कैसे चलनी चाहिए, आज दुनिया भारत की तरफ देख रही है। आज जब यहां पर अपना मार्गदर्शन देने के लिए आगे गृह मंत्री जी उपस्थित हुए हैं, मैं इस अवसर पर प्रदेश वासियों की ओर से, कौशाम्बी वासियों की ओर से उनका हृदय से स्वागत और अभिनंदन करता हूं। कौशाम्बी वासियों को इस बात के लिए आश्वस्त करता हूं कि विकास की हर परियोजना का लाभ कौशाम्बी वासियों को प्राप्त होगा। विकास की हर योजना को हर गांव, हर गरीब, हर नौजवान, हर किसान तक पहुंचाने के लिए सरकार पूरी प्रतिबद्धता के साथ कार्य कर रही है और नए कार्यक्रमों की श्रृंखला में कौशाम्बी महोत्सव और खेल कूद की प्रतिस्पर्धा आप सबके सम्मुख है। आयोजकों को एक बार फिर से धन्यवाद देते हुए मैं गृह मंत्री जी का स्वागत और अभिनंदन करते हुए अपनी वाणी को विराम देता हूं। धन्यवाद। जय हिंद।
बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद और आभार माननीय मुख्यमंत्री जी आपके प्रेरणादायी उद्बोधन के।
Our viewers, IT Ministry has notified new IT rules that gives more powers to PIB. In fact, this is UP CM's Yogi's address in Kaushambi. Viewers right now, and a short while back we just saw that there's even Amit Shah on stage, Yogi Adityanath on stage. Union Home Minister Amit Shah along with UP CM Yogi Adityanath has reached Kaushambi district. And they've addressed the rally there. Amit Shah will inaugurate the Kaushambi festival and will lay the foundation stone of various projects there in Uttar Pradesh.
मेरे साथ बोलिए, भारत माता की। क्यों भाई, इतने सारे खिलाड़ी है, कौशाम्बी वालों की आवाज को क्या हो गया है? 24 में फिर से एक बार मोदी जी को प्रधानमंत्री बनाना है या नहीं बनाना है? तो ऐसी आवाज नहीं चलेगी। मेरे साथ दोनों हाथ उठाइए, उठाइए दोनों हाथ। फिर से एक बार मोदी जी को प्रधानमंत्री बनाने के संकल्प की मुट्ठी भींचिए और प्रचंड आवाज से बोलिए, भारत माता की, भारत माता की। मंच पर उपस्थित उत्तर प्रदेश के लोकप्रिय और सम्मानीय मुख्यमंत्री श्रीमान योगी आदित्यनाथ जी, मेरे मित्र और यूपी के उप मुख्यमंत्री भाई केशव प्रसाद मौर्य जी, उत्तर प्रदेश के उप मुख्यमंत्री श्रीमान ब्रिजेश पाठक जी, आज जिनके बुलावे पर मैं यहां आया हूं, हमारे सांसद महोदय आ गया हो भैया, अरे ताली बजाओ सांसद के लिए भाई। सोनकर जी, जिन्होंने आज सारे खिलाड़ियों को एक मंच दिया है, खिलाड़ी सभी ताली बजाए सांसद सोनकर के लिए। मंच पर उपस्थित हमारे कर्तृत्ववान प्रदेश अध्यक्ष श्रीमान भूपेंद्र चौधरी जी, हमारे संगठन मंत्री धर्मपाल जी, मंच पर बैठे हुए सारे राज्य सरकार के मंत्रीगण, और आज इतनी कड़ी धूप में जहां तक नजर पड़े मुंड ही मुंड दिखाई पड़ते हैं, इतनी बड़ी संख्या में आए हुए प्यारे भाइयों बहनों माताओं और मेरे जिगर के टुकड़े जैसे युवा मित्रों, सबसे पहले मैं कौशाम्बी की इस पवित्र भूमि को प्रणाम कर मेरी बात की शुरुआत करता हूं। मां शीतला के चरणों में शीश झुकाकर भगवान बुद्ध और छठे तीर्थंकर पद्म प्रभु को भी प्रणाम कर मेरी बात की शुरुआत करना चाहता हूं। कौशाम्बी की महान वीरांगना, स्वातंत्र सेनानी दुर्गा भाभी को भी
आज मैं श्रद्धांजलि देना चाहता हूं जिन्होंने भगत सिंह के साथ रहकर अंग्रेजों के दाग खट्टे करने का काम किया था। मित्रों, उन्हीं के नाम पर यूपी सरकार ने करंटी पुल का नाम दुर्गा भाभी पुल रखा है। हम सब के लिए आज भी वो प्रेरणा स्रोत है। मित्रों, आज यहां 2 सुबह समन्वय है, वैसे तो 3। एक, मोदी जी ने हर सांसद को खेल महोत्सव करने की प्रेरणा दी है। हमारे सांसद ने बड़ी लगन और मेहनत से युवाओं को खेलने का एक मंच एक कौशाम्बी युवक महोत्सव में दिया है। इसके साथ साथ कौशाम्बी महोत्सव 2017 से लगातार चल रहा है। आज इसका भी मौका है और आज योगी जी ने एक जनपद के अंदर 600 करोड़ से ज्यादा विकास के काम लोकार्पित किए हैं या इनकी शिला रखने का काम हुआ है। योगी जी के लिए जोर से एक बार कौशाम्बी वालों ताली बजाओ जरा। एक जनपद में 650 करोड़ से ज्यादा काम आज यहां पर होने जा रहे हैं। मित्रों, मैं यहां आया हूं तब 16 जनपदों में से एक भगवान बुद्ध और महावीर के जमाने में 16 जनपद में से वत्स जनपद की राजधानी ये हमारा कौशाम्बी होता था। ऐसा कहते थे, क्षेत्र में बहुत बड़े जनपद थे, कई थे, सैन्य बहुत बड़े जनपदों के था, मगध जैसे जनपद का भी था, परंतु समृद्धि अगर कहीं थी तो ये अपनी कौशाम्बी के अंदर समृद्धि थी। वत्स प्रदेश सबसे समृद्ध माना जाता था। और कलिंग विजय के बाद सम्राट अशोक भी यहां आकर रहे, श्री राम भी यहां आकर रुके। ये महान जनपद की जनता को मैं 2 हाथ जोड़कर प्रणाम करना चाहता हूं। माताओं, भाइयों, बहनों, आप बहुत समय से यहां बैठे हैं, मगर मैं युवाओं के लिए जरूर कुछ बात कहना चाहता हूं। हमारे सांसद ने जो सांसद खेलकूद स्पर्धा चालू की, इसमें लगभग 16,000 युवाओं ने ऑनलाइन आवेदन कर खेलना पसंद किया है। एक बार युवाओं के लिए सारे लोग ताली बजाओ जरा एक बार जोर से। उनमें से 3324 खिलाड़ियों को पुरस्कृत किया गया है और खेलने वाले सभी लोगों को मैं मन से बधाई देता हूं और आप लोगों को खेलना चालू रखे। ये मोदी जी का खेलो इंडिया का मंत्र ही स्फूर्त शरीर, निरोगी शरीर और मजबूत मन बनाने का मूल मंत्र है। इसको आप लोग आगे बढ़ाइए, ऐसा मैं आप लोगों को जरूर कहना चाहता हूं। मित्रों, आज मैं यहां आया हूं तब मैं उत्तर प्रदेश की जनता का भी हृदय से धन्यवाद करना आया हूं। उत्तर प्रदेश की जनता ने 2014 में मोदी जी पर भरोसा कर एक मुक्त भाजपा को वोट देकर यहाँ सपा, बसपा, कांग्रेस इसका सुपड़ा साफ किया और नरेंद्र मोदी जी को प्रधानमंत्री बनाने का काम किया। 14 के बाद 17 के चुनाव में भी मैं पार्टी का अध्यक्ष था। तब आया, तब रिकॉर्ड ब्रेक 325 सीटें भारतीय जनता पार्टी को दी और मोदी जी ने योगी जी को मुख्यमंत्री बनाया। उसके बाद 19 का चुनाव आया, उसमें भी आपने सपा, बसपा, कांग्रेस सब एकत्रित थे, सबको हराकर फिर से एक बार मोदी जी को प्रधानमंत्री बनाया। उसके बाद 22 का चुनाव आया, योगी जी को फिर से आपने मुख्यमंत्री बनाया। अब यूपी वालों में पूछने आया हूं, अब 24 का चुनाव है, मुझे बताओ 24 में यूपी क्या करेगा? जरा जोर से बोलिए, क्या करेगा भाई? मित्रों, मुझे पूरा विश्वास है ये मोदी के जो नारे लगे ना, ये सिर्फ गोस्वामी नहीं, सिर्फ यूपी नहीं, यूपी के माध्यम से पूरे भारतवर्ष के अंदर मोदी जी को फिर से प्रधानमंत्री बनाने का संदेश देने वाले हैं। मित्रों, आज मैं यहां आया हूं तब विपक्ष की भी बात करना चाहता हूं। कल ही संसद समाप्त हुई। आजादी के इतिहास में कभी नहीं हुआ कि देश का बजट सत्र एक भी बैठक करे बगैर, चर्चा करे बगैर समाप्त। विपक्ष के नेताओं ने संसद तो चलने नहीं। कारण क्या? राहुल गांधी को संसद पद से अयोग्य घोषित किया गया, उनको निकाला गया। भाई ये कानून कौन लाया? सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने जजमेंट देकर इस कानून को बनाया। मनमोहन सिंह, लालू प्रसाद यादव को बचाने के लिए कानून सुधारना चाहते थे। राहुल जी ने उनको रोका। अहमदाबाद, सूरत की एक कोर्ट ने राहुल जी को सजा दी। सजा होते ही सांसदी चली जाती है, चाहे कोई भी हो। अब तक 17 विधायक सांसदों की सदस्यता रद्द कर दी गई है, राहुल जी की भी हुई। अब इसमें एक कांग्रेस वाले काले कपड़े पहनकर पूरी संसद बंद कर। मित्रों, मैं राहुल गांधी जी को कहना चाहता हूं, कानून का पालन करना हर नागरिक का धर्म होता है। आप तो सांसद थे, इस सजा को चुनौती दीजिए, अदालत में लड़िए। देश की संसद का वक्त आपने बलि चढ़ा दिया है। इस देश की जनता आपको कभी माफ नहीं करेगी, कभी माफ नहीं करेगी। भाइयों बहनों, मुझे बताओ, इस देश के किसी भी नेता ने विदेश में जाकर भारत की बुराई करनी चाहिए क्या? जरा जोर से बोलो, करनी चाहिए क्या? अरे यहां खुला मैदान पड़ा है। राहुल बाबा, कौन डरता है? मैदान तुम तय कर लो। भारत में कहीं भी हो, भाजपा वाले दो हाथ करने के लिए तैयार। हम नहीं डरते, मगर देश के बाहर जाकर सार्वजनिक रूप से आप देश के लिए बुराई करते हो। किस प्रकार की राजनीति को आप भारत में लाना चाहते हैं और क्या समझते हैं आप? देश की जनता कुछ देखती नहीं है। देश की जनता देखती भी है, समझती भी है। 10 साल से विपक्ष के नेता का पद आपका चला गया है। राहुल बाबा, इस बार फिर से एक बार 300 से पार सीटों से मोदी जी की सरकार बनने जा रही है। माताओं, भाइयों बहनों, प्रधानमंत्री जी ने देश को सुरक्षित किया। प्रधानमंत्री जी ने गरीबों के कल्याण में ढेर सारी योजनाएं बनाई। प्रधानमंत्री जी ने देश को समृद्ध किया। मोदी जी ने दुनिया में देश का सम्मान बढ़ाया। और एक कांग्रेस वाले कहते हैं मोदी तेरी कब्र खुदेगी। मित्रों, मैं आज कांग्रेस वालों को कहना चाहता हूं, जितनी बार सोनिया जी हो, राहुल जी हो, कोई भी हो, मोदी जी को गाली गलौज किया है, जनता ने एक गालियों के कीचड़ के अंदर कमल को और मजबूत कर खिलाया है, और मजबूत कर। और ये कहते हैं लोकतंत्र खतरे में है। भैया लोकतंत्र खतरे में नहीं है, आपका परिवार खतरे में है। जनता नहीं चाहती है, आइडिया ऑफ इंडिया खतरे में है। आइडिया ऑफ इंडिया नहीं, आइडिया ऑफ डायनेस्टी, आपका परिवारवाद की राजनीति खतरे में है। और भारत की डेमोक्रेसी नहीं, भारत का लोकतंत्र नहीं, आपके परिवार की ऑटोक्रेसी खतरे में है। आपने इस देश के लोकतंत्र को जातिवाद, परिवारवाद और तुष्टीकरण के 3 नासुरों से घेर कर रखा था। मोदी जी ने जातिवाद भी समाप्त करा। सपा बसपा कहीं दूर दूर तक दिखाई नहीं पड़ते। उन्होंने परिवारवादी पार्टियों को भी हराया और उन्होंने तुष्टीकरण को भी समाप्त किया और इसके कारण आप डरे हुए हो। मित्रों, यहां पर मैं जब उत्तर प्रदेश में आया हूं तब उत्तर प्रदेश आज योगी जी के नेतृत्व में विकास की राह पर चल पड़ा है। अभी अभी योगी जी ने बताया राज्य में एक्सप्रेस वे का बड़ा झाला घूमने का काम किया है और मोदी जी ने, क्योंकि वो भी कोसामी वालों आपके नजदीक से वाराणसी से ही सांसद है, उन्होंने गरीब कल्याण की सारी योजनाएं उत्तर प्रदेश में इतनी बड़ी मात्रा में जमीन पर उतारी है कि आज उत्तर प्रदेश के घर घर के अंदर गरीबी का उन्मूलन हो रहा है। प्रधानमंत्री आवास योजना अकेले उत्तर प्रदेश में 46 लाख से ज्यादा लोगों को घर देने का काम किया है। 2 करोड़ 61 लाख घरों में शौचालय बनाया गया। 1 करोड़ 75 लाख माताओं को गैस का सिलेंडर दिया गया। 10 लाख से ज्यादा रेहड़ी पट्टी वालों को स्वनिधि योजना का फायदा दिया गया। स्वामित्व योजना से 33 लाख परिवारों को उनकी सनद दे दी गई और
आप सभी देश के जन जन तक सही सूचनाएं पहुंचाने में अहम भूमिका निभा रहे हैं। जब नेशन फर्स्ट होता है तब हमारे संकल्प भी बड़े होते हैं और उनको सिद्ध करने के प्रयास भी व्यापक होते हैं।
प्रधानमंत्री जी, हमने भी ठान लिया है हमारा रिपब्लिक मीडिया नेटवर्क भी अपने कदम और भी तेज करेगा।
How do you see Israel helping India in combating the water crisis?
It's a major problem here in India and we have the solutions. So we are trying to work together, bringing the information, bring the technologies, bringing the excellent centers that we have here in India. And I know Prime Minister Modi deals with that a lot, and he was successful to bring dozens and dozens of millions to accessibility to water. And this is a great success. And I would like us to work more closely on that.
In regard with the paper leak issue, we have been seeing how there has been 2 different FIRs, one being in the Karimnagar jurisdiction and the another FIR which was filed is under Warangal jurisdiction. The legal cell of Bharatiya Janata Party and the Bandi Sanjay's team says that the manner in which Bandi Sanjay was arrested was not right and that is a violation of the Supreme Court guidelines. On that lines, there was a quash petition which was filed in the High Court and there's a bail petition which is filed in Warangal Court. So we'll have to wait and watch for further developments.
Viewers, we're live and breaking, and after the former CM Charanjit Singh Channi failed to secure the Congress ticket from Jalandhar's Lok Sabha by-election, the buzz is that the former CM might join the BJP. Here's more on that.
Amid reports that former Chief Minister of Punjab Charanjit Singh Channi might leave Congress and join BJP, last night, in fact late evening, Shashi Tharoor, senior Congress leader, met Charanjit Singh Channi at his residence in Kharad. They have the healthy discussions, and later on Shashi Tharoor has also met the family of Charanjit Singh Channi, and this meeting held just after certain uncertain information regarding that Channi might leave Congress and may join BJP. This information was taking round from yesterday morning, and in fact by late evening Shashi Tharoor gave a call to Channi and met him at his residence. There are certain indications that Congress is in a worrisome situation, that how their senior leader, their own selected person as a chief minister after Captain Amrinder Singh, now in a very uncertain situation just because after the assembly polls of Punjab, Charanjit Singh Channi remain missing in the entire scene of the Congress. Though Raja Vading, Punjab Congress chief, remain in the forefront leading the Congress party, leader of opposition Pratap Singh Bajwa remain in the pictures, but not Charanjit Singh.
Viewers, much more coming up on the other side. Tamil Nadu Governor sparks controversy, claims foreign link to Sterlite protest. DMK hits out.
$13,000 placements last year. At Amity, we are committed to nurturing passionate, hardworking and proactive professionals.
When we see that the masterminds, the plotters of this attack are still unpunished, they are still roaming free, what can India and Israel do together to ensure that the plotters, the mastermind of this attack are punished?
Everyone that took part of the terror attacks pays the price, a very heavy price. So we are still waiting for those who committed, those who sent, those who operated those terror attacks to be brought to justice. And indeed, we need to bring very serious pressure from all the world, from all the free world who stands against terrorism.
इस देश में बहुत समय के बाद एक ऐसी सरकार आई है जो सरकार टिकाने के लिए नहीं चल रही है, देश को सुधारने के लिए सरकार चल रही है।
ये पहला एक बड़ा इवेंट हुआ है जहां पे आप इस पर विस्तृत तौर से इन डिटेल आप बात करेंगे, तो लेट अस एड्रेस ऑल इश्यूज।
Mediation will work when there is uncertainty of winning by any one party. इसलिए जो judgment आया यही सबसे उत्तम है. This puts an end to the whole issue.
Assertive 1% that wants to open the wounds again. They do not operate only by the verdict of the court. Dragging back economic fugitives, fantastic. But a crackdown on corruption alone is not enough to steer the economy.
That is where the reforms are not just to remove those who are with several cases of corruption and disproportionate assets. This
It's 2 p.m. The countdown has begun for the third edition of Republic Summit that would happen in the national capital, with the biggest newsmakers that would be attending Republic's third edition of the summit that would take place in the national capital. In fact, let's begin this bulletin with the top headlines this Friday afternoon. Vadra Congress wipeout continues 24 hours after Anil Antony. Kiran Kumar Reddy now dumps the Grand Old Party, joins the BJP. Over 6,000 cases in last 24 hours. Union Health Minister holds COVID review meet with other state health ministers. Enforcement Directorate arrests Kingpin KT Ramesh in Kerala gold smuggling case. Battle for Karnataka heats up. Mumbai and team in the national capital to chalk out strategy for the upcoming polls. Tamil Nadu governor sparks controversy, claims foreign link to Sterlite protest in 2018. Telangana BJP chief receives grand welcome, holds mega rally in a show of strength after being released from the jail. We're live and breaking. It's 2 p.m. I'm Samiksha Srivastava. We start with the latest news break coming in on the changes that have been made by the IT ministry in the new IT rules. Now, just to take you through the details of the amendments that have been made by the IT ministry, the new notification states that any fake information in connection with central government must be taken down by the platforms or the platform may lose immunity. This move, remember, has been criticized by the Editors Guild of India that claims that the government could get sweeping powers if this change comes into effect. So a tweak that has been made by the IT ministry in the new IT rules. In fact, Republic exclusively spoke to Rajiv Chandrasekhar on the amendments that have been made to the new IT rules. Listen in to that exclusive conversation we had with the MOS Rajiv Chandrasekhar.
IT Ministry notifies body to flag fake content on government. PIB reference removed. We are joined by Union Minister and MOS Electronics and Information Technology Rajiv Chandrasekhar. Rajiv sir, thanks for speaking to Republic. Sir, now the new amendment has been made to the IT rule to see the misinformation and misleading content. Could you explain more what the change in the legislation exactly is?
Look, in October of 2022, we had formulated and notified a new IT rules that takes on this danger and this menace of misinformation and patently false information on the internet head on. And in October 2022, we had prescribed in Rule 31B5 of the IT rules that social media platforms and intermediaries have an obligation to take down fake information and patently false information, amongst other 8 categories of content, including child sexual abuse material, religious incitement material. There were 9 categories of content that were no-go areas for social media platforms, and this was notified in October 2022. One of the issues that came up during the last 10 months, 12 months, was that many intermediaries felt that there was a need for a fact checker, a credible, trusted fact checker who can be playing the role of flagging fake content, patently false content, and misinformation content. And because the government as an entity, information about the government can only be with the government, it was felt that the government must create an entity that will fact check what are the issues out there, content out there, information about there on government content, government related content. And so therefore we have said in the IT rules, to help the intermediaries discharge their obligations under Rule 3, we will create a fact checking entity that will in a credible, transparent manner fact check matters of the government. Now this is not as some people will try and characterize as any restriction on free speech. This is certainly not anything to do with curbing editorial or content creation. This is an unwavering commitment to making sure the internet in India is safe and trusted. We certainly don't want misinformation, fake information, and patently false information, especially from cross-border state actors and vested interests, to create dissonance, create chaos, and create any challenges to the Indian democracy or indeed the safety and trust of the Indian internet.
One more thing, Mr. Chandrasekhar, how will the body work to fight this misinformation? And right now you have given the entire power to PIB to take down any false or fake content from social media. Are there any plans in your mind which organization it will be, which particular body it will be?
I want to certainly clarify to you that the rules that were notified yesterday do not say PIB. We do not mention that PIB will be the fact-checking unit. So the rules say that the government of India, i.e. the MeitY, this ministry, will notify an institution that will be the fact checker for the government. Now, there are many ways of looking at that institution, but I can certainly commit to, through you, to the viewers, that this fact-checking unit will be a fact-checking unit that will do its work credibly, transparently, and will earn the trust of those it is fact-checking, which is the social media intermediaries. It is our commitment that this will be an institution that will be built that will be creating trust and credibility amongst the social media intermediaries who will be the most availing entities of this fact-checking unit.
Right now, what we see is that there's no barring of content on social media platforms like Twitter and Facebook. So if we say that any false information is posted on social media platforms like Twitter or Facebook, what will be the swift procedure to assess and remove it?
Look, I want to also say that the fact-checking unit does not ask anybody to take down content. It will only point out that this is misinformation or this is patently false information. It is left to the social media intermediaries to either take it down, or if they choose to keep something that is fake or keep that as misinformation, they essentially have only one consequence, which is that the safe harbor under Section 79 that protects them from any legal cases will be dropped, and then they will be in a legal dispute with whoever is aggrieved by the fake information or patently false information. So the safe harbor and the immunity that they enjoy from having a legal case put on them for fake information or misinformation will be dropped, and they will be in a legal dispute in a court of law between the person who is aggrieved by the fake information and the platform that is carrying the fake information. That is the only consequence that comes out of it. There is no power in the government of India under these rules to take down content. We can only flag misinformation. We can only flag patently false information through this entity. It is up to the intermediary to decide
take it down
or take it down or not.
One more thing. So now the entire framing of this amendment is already done by the IT ministry, sir. So now we can say there are many institutions and foundations which are alleging that this move is unconstitutional. What's your response to them?
Look, I mean, people will say what they have to say, but we have done everything that our government does, everything our ministry does is done with extensive consultation. It is done with extensive legal consultation. It's done with extensive consultation with stakeholders, including users and intermediaries and industry and other stakeholders. So therefore, there is no question of anything being unconstitutional. This is usually being pandered by those who are in election mode and those who want to create politics out of everything. This is an important step and a decisive step, as in October 2022, to make the Indian internet fight the scourge of misinformation, fight the scourge of patently false information in a manner where every one of our 100 crore digital Nagriks will enjoy an internet, can trust the internet and trust the information that is put on the internet.
One more thing, do you have any response for the Congress as well, sir? Because they have been hitting the government on this move, where they are saying that this move is to curtail their right of speech and freedom of speech on social media platform, and government has done this against them.
I think I usually do not respond to the Congress because there is not very much that they say that is worth responding to. But I can certainly say that the Congress, which is the pioneer for Section 66A in the IT Act, which had to be struck down by a Supreme Court when I was a member of Parliament, which is a pioneer of using the law to imprison cartoonists, should not open their mouth about anything to do with this, because what this government does is for the safety and trust of 100 crore digital Nagriks. Our fight to keep the internet safe and trusted will be unwavering. Our fight to keep misinformation and fake information out of the internet is unwavering, and this fight does not represent any threat to every citizen's right to free speech, every Indian's right to free speech. And I want to clarify to your viewers that this is the first government that in the rules have enshrined that no platform can violate the fundamental right of any Indian citizen, Article 14, 19 or 21. This is written in the rules that Article 14, 19 and 21 cannot be violated of Indian citizens. So this government is a trustee of Indians' fundamental rights and certainly will not play havoc with fundamental rights that the Congress has during the emergency or with Section 66A.
So this is IT Minister, MOS IT and Electronics Minister Rajiv Chandrasekhar speaking exclusively to us on the fact checker body, now the amendment which has been done in the new IT rule. Along with video journalist Anup Sasangi, Harsha Chandwani for Republic TV.
Alright, so there you heard Rajiv Chandrasekhar speak exclusively to Republic on the changes that have been made to the new IT rules. But here on, let's move on to news coming in from poll-bound state Karnataka that is all set to go for polls on 10th of May. The latest coming in, the Congress making the minority issue, the quota issue, #1 issue in the poll-bound state. A statement that has also come in from the Karnataka Congress chief D.K. Shivakumar, who says that we will cancel the reservation issue and will protect the minority interest if the Congress comes to power in the state of Karnataka. Now remember, the state is all set to go for polls on 10th of May and the results will of course be declared on 13th of May. And with the polls of course nearing in the state, D.K. Shivakumar making that big statement saying that the Congress would cancel the reservation issue and will protect the minority interest in the state of Karnataka. Let's go across to Prajwal, who's been getting us the news breaks from Karnataka. Prajwal, now even as Congress is making this minority issue a big one, if you can break it down for us, because there's a lot of misinformation. While the political blame game continues, the opposition says that the quota has been done away with, but in reality it has been brought under the EWS section.
Absolutely, Samiksha. Here, two things are of important, of important value over here for the people of Karnataka as well. Mainly to do with the 2C and 2D reservation, and also with doing off the 2B reservation. But apart from which, the Congress is also stating that it will not only scrap the reservation policy which has now been introduced, but also the internal reservations as well. So this is something which will become a bone of contention in the days to come as well. Because initially it started off with the scrapping of 4% reservation for the Muslims under the 2B category, and 2% of it was given to the Vokkaligas under 2C category, and 2% of it was given to the Panchamasali Lingaites under the 2D category as well. But what happened was, the Muslims who were still fighting amongst themselves for reservation, or who were competing amongst themselves for reservation under only 4%, were moved to economically weaker sections, where now they have a broader opportunity to go ahead and claim reservation under 10%, because for the economically weaker sections it is 10% reservation. Apart from which, there is also internal reservation which the Congress is speaking about scrapping on, which is the SC and ST reservation here. For the scheduled caste it is 17%, and for the scheduled
Prajwal,
tribes...
I'm sorry, I'll have to interrupt you for a moment. Hold your thoughts. Let's go to Malvika Avinash of the BJP joining us. Malvika Avinash, we there heard the soundbite of D.K. Shivakumar, who says that if the Congress is going to come to power in the state of Karnataka, it's going to bring back that minority quota and would protect the minority interest. What do you have to say about the political blame game that has erupted over the minority quota issue in the state?
See, the quota that was made, the provision that was made for the minorities within what was meant to be for Hindu community is unconstitutional, and therefore the BJP government moved the reservation, the 4% meant for the Muslims, to the EWS quota, which is very economically weaker section. Mr. Shivakumar can spin tall tales, but will it stand the test of law? That's something that we have to think about. These are false promises that he knows he can't keep after the election, which he is doing only for the purpose of appeasement.
Malvika Avinash, if you can once again, for our viewers who are just tuning in, if you can once again set the record straight here, because while the opposition says that the Muslim quota has been done away with, in reality it has been brought under the EWS section.
Yes. You see, in 1994, at the behest of Mr. Devegowda, the Muslims, those who are economically of the weaker sections among the Muslims, were brought under this reservation quota, which is essentially meant for castes and communities belonging to the Hindu religion. The Muslims are a minority and are treated as a different set of people by the Constitution of India. They cannot be brought under reservations provided for the Hindus under the Constitution. Mr. Deve Gowda somehow did it in those days for the purpose of appeasement, for the purpose of Muslim votes, and the Congress backed him on it. Now the BJP, which is in power, has set right the record and essentially undertaken what is according to the Constitution. The religious groups cannot be provided reservations under what is meant for the Hindus. Other minority groups cannot be provided for. The same has been moved to the economically weaker section. The 4% that they were getting under the reservations have now moved to the economically weaker sections, where there is 10% available and they will get 4 of that. So nothing is lost. It's only a change of the grouping. However, the Congress can go on till the elections are over because their eyes are only on the vote bank. They cannot keep this promise that they are making to the Muslim community simply because it's unconstitutional. It will not stand the test of law.
Was speaking to us, so there BJP leader Malvika Avinash speaking to the Republic. In fact, let's go across to S. Prakash of the BJP also joining us. Mr. Prakash, if you can also set the record straight here, because even as the Congress maintains that it's going to look into the minority issues if it comes to power in the state, in reality, while the Muslim quota may have been removed, it has been brought under the EWS section in the state. All right, I'm not sure if we have S. Prakash with us, but we'll try to connect with him again. Prajwal, of course, continues to be with us. Prajwal, if you can once again take us through the kind of reactions that have been coming in, not just from the Congress, but from the JDS as well, when we talk about this Muslim quota that has been removed in the state of Karnataka. Remember, D.K. Shivakumar has given a soundbite. He stated, spoken to the media, saying that if Congress comes to power in the state of Karnataka, it's going to look after the interests of minority community. This, of course, comes after the Muslim quota has been removed by the Mumbai government in the state, which has now been brought under the EWS section. Prajwal, we were talking here about the reaction that have come in from the JDS so far on the Muslim quota matter.
Absolutely. Now, H.D. Kumaraswamy is also speaking on the same lines because remember that in 1994, it was the JDS Supremo H.D. Deve Gowda who made these changes and brought the Muslims under the 4% reservation category and giving them a separate category altogether under 2B as well. According to the BJP, it is now, according to the BJP, they were stating that the JDS was going in for appeasing the voters from the minority communities, but according to what the JDS had stated, they went ahead and maintained that they were doing this mainly on the census as well and also on the basis of the population of Muslims in the state of Karnataka, and therefore it was viable and valid too. So this is what the JDS has been stating so far, but they have still not spoken about whether they will be bringing back the reservation for Muslims if they are voted into power by scrapping the reservation policy which has now been introduced by Chief Minister Basavaraj Bommai's government. But altogether now D.K. Shivakumar is not making this statement for the first time. Now and again, he's repeatedly making these statements along with the leader of the opposition, Siddaramaiah, as well, where both of them are stating that the BJP is against the Muslims. They're mainly against the minorities and therefore they have scrapped the reservation, and as soon as their government comes into power, within the first 30 days, they will make sure that they scrap this policy completely. So this is something which will have to be watched out for, Samiksha, but this is turning out into a huge political battle in the state of Karnataka, and all this for the sake of appeasement is what
Absolutely, Prajwal. I'm requesting you to stay with us. Let's take a word from S. Prakash, who's back with us. Mr. Prakash, if I can get your thoughts on JDS objecting to Kicha Sudeep, who would now be campaigning for the BJP in the state of Karnataka.
No, both these political parties are rattled by the support of Sudeep to BJP, and they want to thwart his campaign by complaining to the Election Commission. If there is any rule by the Election Commission that his movies cannot be telecasted or his commercial cannot be telecast. It is for the election commission to take the decision. Let these political parties complain to the EC. They have every right to do so, and we are not disturbed by that. Let the law take its.
Alright, there seems to be a network problem. We'll try and connect with S. Prakash again. But the latest we're given to understand is that the JDS now, after the Congress, seems to be objecting to Kicha Sudeep's campaigning for the BJP in the poll-bound state, Karnataka. Alright, so interesting turn of events there in the state of Karnataka that is all set to go for polls on 10th of May, with DK Shivakumar making appeasement of the minority community as #1 poll plank in the state of Karnataka. Remember, the results for the polls would be announced on 13th of May. For now, a quick roundup of all that's making news from across the country. Stoking yet another controversy, Tamil Nadu Governor R.N. Ravi on Thursday termed the 2018 protest in Thoothukudi that led to the closure of Vedanta-owned Sterlite Cooper as purely foreign funded. The governor further said that it was done to hamper country's growth. Swati Maliwal, chairperson of Delhi Commission for Women, conducted a surprise check in a public toilet opposite a hospital in Daryaganj and seized 50 litres of acid lying in open. A mob attacked police personnel during a raid at the residence of an accused in Bihar's Naugachia area on Thursday night. The villagers alleged that the police assaulted the accused wife and the child. High-level security review meet of JNK situation to take place today, according to sources. The agenda of the meeting is to discuss the prevailing security scenario and strengthen the security grid ahead of the upcoming Amarnath Yatra in JNK. Hitting back at Union Minister Jyotiraditya Scindia and former Congress leader Ghulam Nabi Azad for targeting Rahul Gandhi, Rajasthan Chief Minister Gehlot said that no one had thought that the duo would start speaking such a low-level language against the Gandhi side. Stoking yet another controversy, Tamil Nadu Governor R.N. Ravi on Thursday termed the 2018 protest in Thoothukudi that led to the closure of Vedanta-owned Sterlite Cooper as purely foreign funded. The UP Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath expressed grief after 3 people lost their lives in a road accident in Varai district. And in news from South 24 Parganas in West Bengal, where a massive fire broke out at a railway station in West Bengal's South 24 Parganas district on Thursday evening. And Prime Minister Modi was all set to inaugurate and lay foundation stone of projects worth more than 11,000 crore rupees in the state, besides flagging off Sikandra Tirupati Vande Bharat Express on Saturday. And in news from JNK, where a high-level security meet would be taking place very shortly. This, of course, ahead of the Amarnath Yatra, which is all set to begin in JNK in the next few months.
A high-level security review meeting on the prevailing security scenario in the Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir will take place today late afternoon. The meeting will be chaired by the officials from the Ministry of Home Affairs, in which the top brass of Jammu and Kashmir Police, the Border Security Force, Indian Army, CRPF and other intelligence agencies, those who have been part of the security grid, will be taking part in this meeting. Important to mention that this meeting will take place in the Kashmir Valley, in which the DGP and both the ADGs of the Jammu as well as the Kashmir zone, they will be putting forth a thorough plan for the upcoming Amarnath Yatra, as it is going to be really very crucial. So does the threat perception that remains, and also the recent incidents that have taken place, including the multiple attempts from Pakistan to push narcotics weapons into the Indian territory, and also the Dhangri terror attack, the perpetrators of which are still at large, will be discussed. With Sir Jeevan Kumar, Gursimran Singh for Public Media Network.
And that's all we have for you in this edition of our broadcast. But do not go anywhere. Coming up on the other side, the latest on the massive political storm that has now erupted over Tamil Nadu governor's statement on the Sterlite Cooper protest way back in 2018. And Telangana BJP chief receives grand welcome, holds mega rally in a show of strength after being released from the jail.
How do you see Israel helping India in combating the water crisis?
It's a major problem here in India, and we have the solutions. So we are trying to work together, bringing the information, bring the technologies, bringing the excellent centers that we have here in India. And I know Prime Minister Modi deals with that a lot, and he was successful to bring dozens and dozens of millions to accessibility to water. And this is a great success. And I would like us to work more closely on that.
In regard with the paper leak issue, we have been seeing how there has been two different FIRs, one being in the Karimnagar jurisdiction and the another FIR which was filed is under Warangal jurisdiction. The legal cell of Bharatiya Janata Party and the Bandi Sanjay's team says that the manner in which Bandi Sanjay was arrested was not right, and that is a violation of the Supreme Court guidelines. On that lines, there was a quash petition which was filed in the High Court, and there's a bail petition which is filed in Warangal Court. So we'll have to wait and watch for further developments.
The India developmental model is the right model which the world can follow, and that is the opportunity that we have before us.
I believe that you are soaked in the philosophy of nation first.
When we see that the masterminds, the plotters of this attack are still unpunished, they are still roaming free, what can India and Israel do together to ensure that the plotters, the mastermind of this attack
Viewers, we are live and breaking this Friday afternoon. I'm Shivangi Shukla. And India's biggest news summit is just back shortly. The third edition of the Republic Summit will be held in the national capital this month. The biggest names, the biggest newsmakers, the biggest agents of change and transformation in India will be at the Republic Summit once again this year. So stand by for what will be, by far, India's biggest news event by miles. It's time to see what's making the headlines. Madras Congress wipeout continues 24 hours after Anil Anthony Kiran Kumar Reddy dumps party joins the BJP. Over 6,000 cases in last 24 hours. Union Health Minister holds COVID review meet with other state health ministers. Enforcement Directorate arrests Kingpin KT Ramesh in Kerala gold smuggling case. Battle for Karnataka heats up. Bomai and team in the national capital to chalk out a strategy.
It was a purely foreign-funded entire activities which led to the protest. Unfortunate police firing.
Tamil Nadu Governor sparks a controversy, claims foreign link to Sterlite protest. DMK hits out. Telangana BJP chief receives grand welcome, holds mega rally in a show of strength after being released from jail. Viewers, let's go to our top story we're tracking right now. Tamil Nadu Governor R.N. Ravi sparked a fresh controversy a short while back, saying that the 2018 anti-Sterlite protest in Tuticorin were foreign funded. The governor said that the Sterlite protest, it was purely foreign funded, and the entire activities which led to the protest and the unfortunate police firing that cost innocent lives. His remarks drew a sharp reaction from the ruling DMK and the protesters, who vowed to stage a stir against the governor.
Today, the foreign elements are not in a position to take on India directly. So our vulnerability is within. Create issues, create disharmony, create a situation which just stops the progress, create tensions, create riots. Now take the case of Sterlite. There's in Thoothukudi. It was a purely foreign funded entire activities which led to the protest, unfortunate police firing, and that cost innocent lives. That is a very sad part of it. But they wanted this Sterlite to be closed because that Sterlite produced 40% of our copper need. And you know how copper is important for electronic industry. They closed it.
All right, viewers, so we heard that statement. Now, Tamil Nadu Governor R.N. Ravi has sparked a big controversy when he said that the 2018 anti-Sterlite protest in